Week 12 is in the books. I am joined today by Mike Storey's chair. Oh, here he is. Mike Storey.
Should I just let the chair fill in for me tonight?
It'd probably be better than Bryce Young playing quarterback.
A lot of picks, a lot of fumbles, a lot of picks.
That was crazy. We just slowed down towards the end. Did you shower today, Storey? You look a little fresher. You looked a little bit grizzled yesterday, I guess.
Yeah, I was definitely grizzled is a good word for it. No, I did shower. I went in the office today. I didn't put a full day in. I might have slept in a little bit yesterday or today, but definitely did hit the showers today.
The nice thing is now with my current situation, I get to sleep in whenever I want. I guess I am up till 5 a.m. researching and prepping for the pod and placing bets. So that's still working though, right? My work hours are like 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's the opposite, 9 to 5.
You've just shifted your body. Now it's like a night. Now it's like an overnight thing.
It's a lot of body to shift, man. A lot of people in here. We have J Bob. We have Matt. We have Mark. We have Blake. Haven't seen Blake in a little bit. Media manager. Shout out to you. All right, we got a lot of things to get into. Mark Twain, I know you said you're going to watch this back. You wanted to get your comment in. Get to that in a second. So, Brock Purdy, bro. What was that? I texted you that he's just like a bad Brett Favre. And, I'm not a big Brett Favre guy. And just like the overthrows, he's too aggressive. And they're a pretty conservative offense. Like, just get Mac Jones back in there. Are they better with Mac Jones?
No, they're not better with Mac Jones. Purdy just needs
Mac Jones won't throw picks.
He's game manager plus, but he's better than Mac Jones. Come on, let's not get crazy here. Mac Jones is fine, but Purdy's just not comfortable throwing the ball downfield right now, and it's very evident that he's got very little. I don't want to say accuracy because he's always been very accurate. He's just not confident in his downfield throws, and that's leading to inaccurate passes, and that's causing obviously the turnovers. They won the game. They won it pretty handily. There was really
if they didn't play a high school offense, they would have lost this game. Story.
I mean,
that was Bryce Young. Dude.
Bryce Young threw for 450 yards last week. So what's the difference here?
Well, you could say the Niners defense, but the Niners defense is bad. Like they played well today. Robert Saleh is a hell of a coordinator. They don't have the horses though. And Bryce Young is just tiny. Like I made the comment to Eric. I was like, look at how small his like thighs are. Like the dude is short and tiny. He's short and slight. Like he's like a supermodel out there. We call him the jockey for a reason. He should be fucking riding horses, like not playing quarterback.
Riding horses.
So yeah, all the turnovers, man. Like just the fumbles. That one fumble that the Niners had that the Carolina had 2 different opportunities to grab. Fucking grease watermelon.
Okay, Frank, what the hell are you doing with that watermelon, man?
You ever play this game? You grease the watermelon up. You throw it in the pool, everybody goes crazy trying to grab it. They can't grab it. Grease watermelon! Here it comes. Try to grab it!
Oh, no.
Come on.
That pick that Bryce Young threw on the 1st and goal. First of all, they don't run the ball there with Rico's insane. And then Bryce Young could have just scampered in the end zone. And then he just throws it. It was like a backup tight end who was like triple covered.
I'm not even sure who that target was for. But yeah, man, like why are they not running it with Rico Dowdle? The dude had 500 plus yards across 2 games, and all of a sudden the coach wants to get cute in the 5 zone. We talked about this last night. Like coaches overthinking it. Why did they get cute with Derrick Henry a couple weeks ago? Why not just use the weapons that you have at your disposal and actually use them properly? Throwing an interception, that's the risk you run when you throw the ball. Who else is Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams? There's nobody else in the league. Are people seeing that and they trying to emulate it? It's weird. It's stupid. Like, come on.
This conversation is like porn to you. Like anytime I bring up a bad coach, I just see your eyes light up and you're just like, bingo, baby. Let's answer Mark Twain's question here since he's going to be tuning in later. He wants to know if London's worth trading for if he already has a playoff spot locked up. Now, on that topic, I just placed a tiny little wager on the Falcons to win that division. 100-1 Story.
Okay. I'm surprised that books were still offering odds on it, to be honest.
No, I did it before. I did it last night at 5 a.m. Banking on the fact that if the Falcons lose this game, if the Carolina loses this game, right? Like that, it's kind of a mucky situation, and Baker missing a couple weeks. That they're only if they have a pretty easy schedule. They're only 1 game, like 1.5 games back in the division.
Counter argument: Kirk Cousins.
Right. No, I get it. I'm saying 100-1. It should never be 100-1. Like they're not that far back.
Yeah. How far back
that's
are they?
Unbelievable. They're 4-7, and then both these teams are 6-5 and 6. Yeah.
I guess
no, 6-6 for the 6-6 for Carolina, and then 6-5 for the Bucks.
Okay. Do the Bucks have a bye coming up? They do, don't they?
No, the Panthers do. The Panthers do.
The Panthers do. That's right. Okay.
So the Panthers are 6-6, and then I think the Bucks are 6-6.
Got it. Well,
6
I mean, more power to you. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's why it's 101, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was $1. I figured, well, it's a good use of $1, right? Can't do anything with $1 these days.
Can't do anything with $1.
No. All right. So let's see. What do you think about London, though? Just because now I think they might be more likely to bring them back because they do actually, they're not eliminated. Obviously, they can't make the wild card, but they're not actually eliminated from the playoffs. Like, not even mathematically. Like, there's actually a little path, a little path.
Yeah. PCL sprains are tricky. I don't think he's worth trading for. I think if you got him, you got to hold him because you're not going to get anything for him. But if you got a spot buying very low, I'm talking a bench asset like a Brian Robinson.
What if it's Christian Watson?
No, Christian Watson. Even with Reed coming back, Christian Watson has emerged as the one there. Jordan Love's very comfortable with him. God, I'm trying to think who would I trade.
I am, for the record, I'm trading Christian Watson for Drake London all fucking day.
I wouldn't do that
all day.
I wouldn't do that. Absolutely.
It's the upside that he comes back next week or even comes back week 14, and then you get him for the playoff run. He's already in the playoffs, right? And if he has a bye, you don't play until week 16, baby.
That situation has changed dramatically, and yeah, I'm not confident that he comes back. We saw what happened with Brock Bowers earlier this year. Similar body types. I guess Brock Bowers is bigger, but these guys take a while to come back from these injuries. Like, if he comes back and posts a 2 for 20 line, are you going to feel confident thinking he's over the injury? Start him the week after that, and then he posts 3 for 31. You're going to start him the week after that. Like,
yes,
that's okay. Yeah, I mean that
I like the name in my lineup too. The name looks sexy in my lineup.
I'm not taking a chance in it. Basically, a lot of people are in do or die situations. I'm not taking a chance in a do or die situation with Drake London right now.
Well, he says Purdy looking like McCarthy. ... Right, Rob? No, because JJ McCarthy. And did you hear about the JJ McCarthy concussion now? The convenient concussion.
I don't know.
He doesn't have a concussion, folks.
The NFL has got to, something's got to change. We've had 3 instances. We had the Quinshon Judkins where he was very clearly concussed. He talked his way back into the field. In this game, we had I'm sorry, not in this game, but we had JJ McCarthy. He's got a concussion. He got it yesterday. We don't know when, and he played the entire game. And did you hear what happened today? There was a Panthers defender who was throwing up after getting his head rocked.
Yeah, it was J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn.
He came back into the game for a bit.
Oh.
The NFL has got to crack down on this because that's insane.
It's what I'm getting to here, Story. It's not a concussion. They're just trying to protect their asset and make themselves seem better. Like they want to protect his weak psyche, Story, and it's a soft benching, right? It's the same thing that they kept him out 5 weeks for an ankle sprain that was not a 5-week injury.
It's easier to do than a concussion, right? Because you have to have an independent neurologist.
I know. Maybe he did. Okay, yeah. I could see them his coaches lie all the time. That's probably not a good thing to lie about, but.
That's the worst thing to lie about. The NFL is very sensitive about that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, their NFL is I don't know who it was I was watching. I forget the name, but anyway, they definitely got their bell rung on one of the first carry of the game, and then they didn't have the camera on him at all. It was Thursday Night Football. It was it was Shakir. Shakir's one of Shakir's first plays. He had a little screen pass, and they kept on just showing the camera, showing a defensive player for literally 30 seconds. I was like, dude, Shakir's got a concussion. And he ended up going in the tent and getting cleared, but it was so obvious they just want to show these things.
Yeah, I remember him going in.
It's just they just didn't show him on the ground. It's dude, I saw the play, I knew he was on the ground, but they're all about optics. The NFL cares about optics, and that's it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if they could, they wouldn't care who got a concussion if it was just we don't have to show it, right? Or if they just had to pay a fine for everybody who got a concussion. That's all they care about.
Purdy is not looking like McCarthy, though, right?
Mm-mm. No, he looked fine in the short to intermediate stuff. Jennings looked good. What do you do with Pearsall going forward?
2 catches, 6 yards. That is 3 catches for 6 yards in the last 2 weeks since coming back. He's out there playing
for 4 yards because he was -2 last week.
He's getting the run though, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting looks too, but Purdy's not connecting with him. He's not and he was the target on that one Purdy interception. So I don't know. Can you start him confident? I mean, not confidently, but can you start him next week as a wide receiver 3?
The one league I have him in, no, I have him in two. But like one of them is a 12-teamer with 2 flexes, 3 receivers, so I can play 5 receivers. My team's stacked, so like he is my technically my last flex spot. But I've been streaming like Michael Wilson, Emmanuel Wilson, guys like that. If I see something in the next 2 weeks, maybe I'll roll him out there in the fantasy playoffs. But I'm not feeling good about it. He's a good player, but again, I feel like he was more of a Max Jones guy. I feel like Jennings is clearly the Purdy guy, and then obviously of Kittle. And then we have Christian McCaffrey getting nine touches in the first drive. 31 touches, Story, for McCaffrey. And again, my voodoo doll thing is just getting more and more true every week because like he looks great. And like he doesn't how does he not get his ankle rolled up on? 31 touches. And these are not screen passes typically. Yeah, they are, but they're still 18 touches going up the middle.
He looks as good as he's ever looked, and he's like avoiding anything. He's spry. It's weird, but I don't think that. I mean, I didn't think it would be here, but everybody looks healthy. I mean, Pearsall looks healthy. He's just not getting the ball, or at least he's not getting. They're not connecting. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do with Pearsall at this point. Kittle, you got to be happy. You got to be super happy. I don't know what his stat line was, but like
he's 6 for 78.
I mean, that's not his floor, really. His floor is like 5 for 50, but 6 for 78, that's like his most of the time floor. So great. McCaffrey, just a PPR machine. Jennings, 5 for 41. He got the touchdown. Looking for him in the red zone. You got to be happy about that.
Touchdown too, man. That was a good touchdown.
Pearsall, 4 targets,
he looks healthy.
2 receptions. He's not a priority target. He's the 4th target on that team.
Yeah, I just don't know why they didn't use Brian Robinson more because Brian Robinson's good. I know he's no McCaffrey, but like running between the tackles, is it crazy for me to say he's 90% of McCaffrey in those specific plays? I know it kind of like shows your hand as an offense when you have Brian Robinson in there.
It does because he's not a pass catcher, and yeah, he's 90% of McCaffrey for the most part. But once you get down inside the red zone, look at McCaffrey on that 12-yard touchdown run. Just the quickness, the ability to make that cut, come back outside. Like, there's very few guys in the league that can actually do that kind of stuff.
I know a lot of people took Ashton Genty, counselor, over Christian McCaffrey. That's not aging well. I mean, no. That's gross. Like, regardless of the fact that you literally took a player on the Raiders ahead of a player on the Niners, but like, yeah, we got to stop overthinking these things. I know you were a little bit off McCaffrey. You were rightfully so. It was the injuries, but you were still taking him in the first round.
Yeah, I was down on him, and that ended up being wrong. But at least I wasn't super high on all the Raiders. Like, I want to talk about a bad team.
That's terrible. I don't know if they're gonna win another game, man. We're in a survivor pool that Nick O started like halfway through the season. It was just 12 people. Erica's doing it, but I'm like kind of helping her out, or we're discussing. And there's only 4 people left, and I'm looking, and you can only pick one team for the whole year. Once you pick a team, they're out. And I'm looking, I'm like, I'm just going to pick the team that plays the Raiders the next 3 weeks because it's like the Chargers, Eagles, and I forget who play them this week, but it's like 3 playoff teams facing the Raiders. And like, there's no way, right? Unless the firing of Chip Kelly does something, which I don't think it will.
I don't think that's going to affect it, but wouldn't it be just like the Chargers to drop a game against the Raiders, like in division?
Right. I just feel like they're at home coming off a bye. Like there's just no way they can lose this game. And like they're on the playoff bubble with what's going on with the roster. Jason in here is saying Purdy looking like cheeks. So how you feeling, Jason, after last night? You were pretty fried up and, playing that bass, really, really sad about the Baker Mayfield injury. That doesn't seem too bad though, right, Story? The Baker Mayfield thing?
No, I mean, they put him in a sling for precautionary reasons last night. We need to get the results. It also sounds like the Kamara thing might not be as bad as initially thought either. So fingers crossed for both of them, especially Purdy. Like that offense needs Purdy. Teddy Two Gloves is serviceable, but I'm not sure what Bucky Irving and Emeka Big Boo look like going forward.
Big Boo? Yeah, Big Boo. J-Bob traded Waddle for Breece Hall. He needs running backs. You support that decision? Because he was saying he was originally saying Waddle for like Swift, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. No, it wasn't Swift. It was Waddle. He wanted to do Waddle for Tracy, and I was like, absolutely not. Tracy's fool's gold. But like Breece Hall, on the other hand, now he's actually got his pass catching prowess back with Tyrod Taylor, who actually throw the ball.
Personally, I think. Well, first of all, I'm all in on Waddle for Breece. I think that's a great trade. But I'm not as low on. I'm not as trepidatious on Tracy as you are. He looks like he has taken over that backfield. And he's not getting the goal line work anyway, so Dart coming back shouldn't affect him. And the offense should be more effective. So I kind of like Tracy the rest of the year. They seem like they've turned back to him.
It's just not worth it for Jalen Waddle, who's a top 12 receiver.
No, I agree with that.
Draw the line there.
I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I'm not really that down on Tracy. I think he's got some. I think he's a low end running back too the rest of the season.
Would it surprise you if it was? I looked at the splits actually before the show. It was 34% for a single carry and 68% or something like that for Tracy. Would it surprise you if it went back to a 50-50?
No, it wouldn't surprise me if he went 60-40 in favor of Singletary because coaches are weird.
That's what I'm talking about.
They do whatever they want. Like, remember when Woody Marks, that first go around with Woody Marks, and everybody was like, here's the breakout, and then it was Chubb 70% opportunity share the next week. So who knows? Like, I don't know what's in these idiot coaches' minds. Like, you look at Tracy and Singletary, which guy do you actually want touching the ball more?
Not the guy. His name is Devin Singletary. I want the dynamic player in Tyron Tracy.
Right. But and yet the coaches, they love their locker room guys, their pass protection guys, all that. They're good motivator guys. Like, it's stupid, but we know that all coaches are stupid. So,
what are your thoughts on Rico Dowdle? Because there was an entire series Chuba played. He came on some third downs. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm guessing it was probably still 68% Rico. But if this offense is going to be this piss poor, and they're going to use Chuba on some goal line situations and give him a series to himself, are we more looking at high-end RB2 for Rico, or is he still back-end RB1?
I think you got to put this loss squarely at the feet of the coaches. Listen. So Rico Dowdle, 6 for 38, Chuba Hubbard, 3 for 16. Outside of the Bryce Young scrambles, they ran the ball 9 times in a game where they were down by 7 and then 11, and then that weird field goal. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so Bryce Young, this game is weird in general. Like, Bryce Young only attempted 29 passes. Purdy only attempted 32. You would have thought that this would be a heavy running game because it went super quick, but it wasn't. They should have been running the ball because 6.3 yards per carry. Dowdle did look a little stuck in the mud at some places, and then he'd rip off, a 17-yard gain. And you're like, all right, here we go. Here's Dowdle. And then they go back to dropping back, and they'd be looking for Jalen Coker and Xavier Legette and Jimmy Horn and all sorts of nonsense.
Did they not realize what got them on this winning streak and this nice run they're on is running the ball with Rico? Just running the ball in general, but primarily Rico. And then to go away from it, it just doesn't make any sense because you got to keep the Niners offense off the field. And you saw it towards the end of the game also with all their defensive players going down. They were on the field for 40 minutes of the game, like literally 70% of the game, the Panthers defense is on the field. And like, that's going to get you hurt. You're going to get burned. You can't stop the run. Like, you got to play a little bit of time management there and keep the ball and run the ball. And also you have Bryce Young, not a good passer.
I'm with you 100%. Dave Canales really got in over his head tonight. I think he was out thinking himself. This should have been a straight, we're going to keep the ball on the ground 60% of the time. We're not going to try to get into the shootout. They got lucky they were even in this game with 3 interceptions by Brock Purdy. I mean, that really kept them. That's the only thing that kept them in the game. And instead of like utilizing that and being like, all right, we're gonna make their defense take some time, and we're gonna keep them on the field. We're gonna tire them out. We're gonna use Rico Dowdle, and then we're gonna take some shots downfield. Like that is bad planning, bad execution by Canales tonight.
J Bob asked, Storey, how fucked is LSU going into next year? Give me the Cliff Notes version of this.
The indication is that Lane Kiffin's going to be hired there as the head coach, which is a really weird thing for them to come out and say, like the week of the Iron Bowl, which is this Friday. Couldn't remember the name of it last night. They're in the playoff hunt, and yet they're already talking about Lane Kiffin like skirting town and going to LSU. They're in a bad spot. Michael Van Buren's probably going to head to. I would guess he heads to a group of 4 school, and so they're going to have to bring somebody in. I don't know how that situation is going to unfold with paying Brian Kelly. It's going to be rough. They need a booster to step up and give them some cash because otherwise they're not going to be competing in the SEC for a few years.
Hetzer, holy fuck! I might actually start Shedeur Sanders next week. It's either I start Purdy again or Daniel Jones. Purdy, I don't know. I'd rather start Purdy than Sanders. I know it's same game, and I get that the Browns defense is really good, but I'm not starting Shedeur Sanders.
No, I know you
Not
can't
happening.
take away the screen pass touchdown from his stats, but you probably should. when
I
looking
can.
at-
Yeah, I can.
You probably should when looking to make start decisions next week for Shedeur Sanders. No, I'm not starting Shedeur Sanders in any capacity. This
No.
was the Raiders.
In his defense, though, that pass to Isaiah Bond should have been a touchdown. He did underthrow it a little bit, but like that could have been a touchdown where the screen pass wouldn't have been. But
Sure.
I mean, if we're talking about a screen pass, his one touchdown is a screen pass. That seems like fool's gold, not to quote Cam Newton. I actually watched a little bit of First Take today. Cam Newton brings nothing to the table. He's awful. And it's just, dude, Dan Orlovsky, Cam Newton, like, dude, what is this? Stephen A. Smith's so abrasive. Like, I think I'm kind of abrasive at times, but like, he literally just yells at people and then puts people down and says how good he looks and how ugly Dan Orlovsky is. I'm like, Stephen A. Smith, I'm just saying, like, you're not a good looking man. Like, he is not a good looking man.
I can't stand Stephen A. Smith's cadence. The way he talks really bugs me.
It's awful. I like your cadence story. You have very good cadence.
Thank you.
You're like a news lady.
I need to correct myself. It's not the Iron Bowl. Iron Bowl is Alabama and Auburn. What the hell's the name of the bowl for Ole Miss, Mississippi? Wow, I'm surprised you know that. That's crazy.
That's what Blake said. No, Blake said that. I'm not going to take credit for that. Wally wants to know how tall you are. And here's I'm wondering why he asked this, because he loves you. He loves the handsome Story. I think he's trying to build like a sex robot, a Story sex robot. So at least you won't have to be in person.
There was a pitch on Shark Tank a few weeks ago where they've got this thing where they print your face on a pillow and they put your scent in it so your dog doesn't feel lonely when you're at home.
Wow.
I can't remember if you got a deal. Anyway, Wally, I'm 5'11" and a half, and one of these days I'm gonna crack 6 feet. I know it. One of these days I'm gonna hit my growth spurt. Get to 6.
5'11". Well, just say you're 6 foot tall, or say 5'11". That's like what fucking 8-year-olds do. I'm like 6.5 years old. No, you're 6 or you're 7. Jesus fuck. So I'm taller than Story officially. How much do you weigh, Story? You're $190, 200.
Before I went on vacation a couple weeks ago, I was like in the 185 range. So I'm probably like around 190 because I haven't dropped it yet.
Ooh, I'm 6 foot 250.
Dude, we're coming into
250.
We're coming into holiday season, so it wouldn't surprise me if I creeped up to stayed around that 190, maybe got to 195.
I gotta watch my shit because I have gone up to 260 before, and I'm not that big of a dude to be 260. That is too fucking big. Thank you, GT.
Big.
All right.
Who said Egg Bowl so I can thank them properly? Because I could not remember.
Blake. Jamie, Blake.
Thank you, Blake. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, he knows what's up. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro, and then we'll get to all your questions after this.
Got the JJ McCarthy thing in there, huh?
Yeah, you have to. And hold on, I put something in here last night. I don't remember what it is. Let me check.
Pass it again. Here you go.
That was from the other day. That's the Keys thing.
That was last night.
Yeah. My memory isn't always the best these days. Rico only got 11, so I won by 2 from J-Bob. What a disappointing game. I'm not too worried, but the matchups are easier going forward. This is on paper a good matchup against the Niners, but the game script was just awful.
I wouldn't even say that. Okay, yeah, they scored a touchdown on their opening drive, but what was the score at halftime? They weren't down by 2 scores. It was 10-3 at halftime. By the way, a low scoring game?
You did. And what are your thoughts on the Panthers going for 2? They made the extra point, and I get you do that. Then you don't run the ball. Just run the ball on the 1 yard line. If you're going to do it. I know that's the analytics way to go.
I like to call to go for it, right? That way, if you score a touchdown, now you only need to kick the extra point to win. It makes sense from a mathematical perspective. But the play call was terrible. That was just bad play call, bad execution.
So Mark won by 14. Dude played Flacco and had Caleb on the bench. If Burrow played, I would have lost. #butterfly effect. It appears, Story, that we're getting the appearance of Joe Burrow, the debut, I guess you'd say, post injury of Joe Burrow. We're both really against this. Really against this.
I think it's a dumb decision, but again, the Bengals are not exactly known for. They're not in the Mensa Hall of Fame for franchises. So we're gonna get it. It's coming. Man, I just hope he doesn't get injured again. That would be terrible if we had to start next season without Joe Burrow because of this. Real quick on Rico Dowdle. So it was supposed to be a good game tonight, but you got the Rams next week, which is a tough matchup against running backs. Then you got to bye. But then if you can make it past that, you get New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and then Seattle. So weeks 14 and 15, 14 and 15, 15 and 16, whatever it is now. The first 2 weeks of the playoffs. Good. Then you got Seattle. Not so good.
So that's the championship game you're saying?
That's the championship game, yeah.
Okay. J-Bob says, thanks for the free money this week. Got to say, though, I'm not a fan of your picks for Thursday and Friday. So, Storey, I'm going to give you a little rundown. I'm going to ask you what you think these guys' numbers should be at, and then if you like the bet.
Okay.
So I'm giving it away early for free, just for all those that are watching.
All right.
CD Lamb. That is a game against the Chiefs. What should his receiving number be at? CD Lamb.
69.5.
Really? No, it's 74.5.
Okay. I mean,
they have George Pickens at 76. So they've adjusted. Yeah, I know.
First time this year?
Oh, whoever first time anyone like CD Lamb's always top 3, top 4, almost up there with Justin Jefferson, old school Justin Jefferson as like 80 plus, right? So, man, and I just saw that. I was like, you know what? CD Lamb's been struggling. He's still getting 10 targets a game. And I think this might be the game the Chiefs offense really just goes bananas. Maybe. It hasn't happened for 5 weeks, right? Okay. So do you like that one?
Well, you took the over, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I do like that one. Yes, very much so.
Okay, this one a lot of people have been hating on. Lamar Jackson rushing yards. With all the things we're talking about with his gimpy leg, he's definitely hurts. Against the Bengals, Lamar Jackson rushing yards.
I would guess it's set at 28.5.
24.5.
Okay.
I've never, ever seen Lamar under 35. I know it's a different world, right? But super low.
It's a great world we're living in. You took the over, I assume.
Of course. This one, last one, Saquon Barkley against the Bears.
Just rushing or rushing plus receiving?
Just rushing.
69.5. I'm gonna go with 69.5 again.
You like it 74.5. So same as CD Lamb. The rushing receiving was like 99, and he has been receiving a lot.
I was within 5 yards on all 3 of those. Like, give me some credit.
Yeah. Give me some credit. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Bears have no linebackers right now, and this is going to be they have to do it one of these games. He's got to bust out a 40-yarder one of these games.
Yeah, I mean, it was the last week of October, the one before their bye, where they were getting him going, and then they got the injured. He got injured, but he was fine. Yeah, they got to do it again. Let's get this guy going, right? You're not going to be able to rely on crybaby AJ Brown all the time. Or maybe you will.
Yeah, and I'm debating going Jamison Williams to get one in every game. It's 49.5. I'm gonna wait for the rushing and receiving to come out because he hasn't had an end around in ages, Story. And Dan Campbell likes getting him involved. And the fact he didn't have any catches last week.
You remember my honorable mention bet? It was over 0.5 rushing touchdowns this year. Where are those end arounds?
So do you think he gets one this game just based on or they give him a screen patch something early on because he literally had 0 catches last game?
Yeah, I do think they're going to get him involved early. Dan Campbell's that kind of coach.
So what do you think about 49.5 for JMO? Should I hit that? Wait for it to go down or wait for I think the rushing receiving is the way to go when it comes out.
He's going to get you 25 or he's going to get you 98. So if he gets
right, but that's why I like the rushing receiving because if the receiving line's 49.5 and the rushing receiving's at 56.5. He could have his 25 yards receiving, but he can hit off a 40-yard rush.
Right. That's fair.
It could kill you. I mean, you do lose sometimes if they don't get a rushing attempt and they end with 52 yards receiving. I understand that. But you know how Dan Campbell operates. Like you said, man, he's going to get the guys that are squeaky wheeling. And the fact that there's no Laporta. Brock Wright is hurt now, apparently.
Is he? I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, he's questionable.
Short week. I don't know. What's Jordan Love's rushing prop?
12.5.
Yeah, that's a little higher than I would have liked.
I know. I was debating it. It's so hard to get a handle on this Packers team with, the question marks. And right now I'm not betting anything on that side until I know Josh Jacobs' status. You know what I mean?
It's just such an uninspiring offense.
It's gross.
Yeah, I cannot get behind. Their defense is great, but the offense makes you leaves a lot to be desired.
Thank you, Wally, and I'm glad Wally actually did like all the ladders, like even the 10+ yards ladders for Bryce Young tonight. So that was an easy bet. Like the fact that he ended up with 15, so he got the first two ladders.
All right.
He should have had 25 though, because he had an 8-yard rush called back from a holding, and then he had like 3 other times to run, including that interception on the 3-yard line. That was gross. Wally says dropped Addison, and mind you, Addison Wally's a big Vikings fan. Dropped Addison for Parker Washington.
It's a gamble.
Thoughts on that one?
It's a gamble. BTJ could be back. That's kind of what makes me nervous about Brenton Strange. Like I know that he's the hot name on the waiver wire this week, but that makes me a little nervous. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Parker Washington is set up quite well, even with Brian Thomas Jr. It's not like he was lighting the world on fire and he just got injured, and Parker Washington had to fill the void. Jacoby Myers seems to be predominantly a deep threat. Parker Washington's working underneath and intermediate routes.
Well, hold on. What about the Viking side of it with no JJ McCarthy? It's going to get better. I don't care who it is there. What's the guy's name again? I never remember his name.
Crosmer, Minnesota's own.
Very, very uninspiring name, but like, I don't know, man. Kevin O'Connell's, he's made it work with everybody but JJ McCarthy. He's the only one that's been bad under him, honestly. Remember Joshua Dobbs coming in, like, what was it? He had 3 days, not even. Yeah. Pretty much signed the day of and comes in and has 290 yards and 40 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. They win the game.
Poor Joshua Dobbs going bald at 26 years old.
The Pasternak, man. It's actually not because of that. He has a condition, so you shouldn't.
Oh, that's right. He's got alopecia.
That is very Story. You know what? This show is very PC. I'm offended.
Super insensitive of me.
I'm kidding. It's not at all. He makes jokes about it. He's handsome. He's a hairless K. He's like Mr. Bigglesworth. So Nick Mullins as well. Nick Mullins was awesome. Nick Mullins sucks. Mullins sucks. But Nick Mullins would always put up fucking 320 yards passing.
Yeah. It should get better, but will it? Like, I mean, it's Max Brosmer, right?
Jesus. Dennis, I traded Ibuka for Rice. Just had a feeling. I'm guessing this is like 3 weeks ago, because there ain't no way that deal's getting done right now, right?
I mean, if you got a individual who's a big Bucks fan or who feels strongly about Ibuka's prospects, hey, I won in my home league by 0.5 points. So I got that going for me.
You did?
Yeah. I thought
you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Rice was banged up in that game. Yeah, he was. Questionable, dealing with hamstring issues. So that's kind of concerning. Short week there. 8 for 141, no touchdowns. Yeah, he'll probably play. I'm not too worried about it. It seems like it's just maintenance.
Hey, Story, if the fantasy like regular season ended today, in the 25 leagues I'm in, I would be in the playoffs in 22, and I'd have 14 buys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's wild, bro. Why in our league we better make the playoffs? We have second most points, folks. We're in 8th place with the second most points by a mile. It's not even like we're like 20 points. We're like up by 150 points in all these other teams besides the first place team.
Besides the first place team, yeah. We just have run into bad situations. We went out. We're in the playoffs, so and we can. I think we might even be able to drop one more game. That's all I ask, though, is to control our own destiny. That's all I ever ask in fantasy when it comes down to these last 2 weeks. And then if you fuck it up, guess what? That's on us, right? That's on us. Adam says Seattle versus Vikings or Browns versus 49ers. Seattle.
Yeah. They're similar tier of defenses, and the Vikings. Although Brosmer might be better. I mean, he's gonna be. I remembered his name there. Brosmer's gonna be better than JJ McCarthy. But so we are assuming JJ's not playing, right?
Well, the fact that they didn't even announce the concussion until today leads me to believe that he will not clear protocol in time.
Bandit, could Miami at home versus New Orleans be a good defensive play this week? You got no Alvin Kamara. You have one receiver in Chris Olave, and you have a big workload for Taysom Hill incoming.
Yeah,
I know you hate that.
Series last week.
What do you think about Miami's play? Because they're a bad defense, but New Orleans is a pretty bad offense.
I think I kind of learned my lesson with Las Vegas last week. A bad defense doesn't suddenly become a good defense just because they're playing a bad offense. They're middle of the road. They're a low end start. I'm sure there's a better option you can find out there.
Blake saw something saying Jamarcus Russell is the only worse quarterback than JJ. Now, I would say Ryan Leaf is definitely worse than anyone besides Jamarcus Russell. Also because his antics and like the whole like interview thing where he's trying to kill a reporter.
Yeah,
but the problem with Jamarcus Russell is he was the first overall pick and he was like a can't miss. Even though you couldn't miss him because he was a fucking size of a house. But JJ was a 7th or 9th overall pick. Now they did trade up to get him, but like that's not the same deal. Like those guys flop all the time. Number 1 picks flop all the time. But like after you're the top 5, I give a lot more leeway for like the GM and like coaching staffs because and also what was he, the 5th quarterback taken in that class? It wasn't like top 3. That was a big quarterback class. That was the Caleb class.
Yeah, it was Caleb and Drake May back to back, and then there was
Jaden Daniels.
Else. Was it Penix?
Jaden Daniels and Penix.
No, it wasn't Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels was the year before, wasn't he? Or no?
No, it was Caleb. Yeah, Caleb, right. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Penix, and then he was the 5th guy, and then the 6th guy was Bo Nix. God, it's a fucking computer up here. I have a computer up here. Story
24 draft.
John Mechie. Go ahead. What
was I gonna say?
I don't need to look it up. Story.
The stat that's going around right now is out since 2000. Out of 382 qualified quarterbacks, JJ McCarthy is 381 in EPA per dropback. So that's very, very bad.
Ooh, this is a good one from Edson. I'm not going to pull it up because it's in the bottom of the chat. This is a good one. JJ is Josh Rosen reincarnated. That's a good one because Josh Rosen is similar dude, little mobile, but more of he's like Josh Rosen was like a poor man's version of Jared Goff. Right? Yeah. Smart processor and all that, had the good looks. JJ is a little more. I always liked Josh Rosen. I didn't think he got a fair shake. He started like 9 career games, but hey, this could be what happened to JJ McCarthy. Adam says John Mechie, Booty, Jaden Higgins, DK, or Mooney rest of the season stash. Pick 2, half PPR stash. So it's not necessarily it's for upside.
Yeah, Higgins. I think that one's pretty clear.
You got to pick 2.
Oh, pick 2.
DK and Higgins.
Boudet. I'll go with Boudet and Higgins.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little worried about
the hose.
Patriots situation. Thank you, Campbell. Look at this nice. He has almost a professional picture as you, Story.
Oh wow,
look at Campbell. He's my boy.
Oh yeah, look at him.
He's a very professional guy, but he could pound bourbon. And we slept in the same on our golf trip. We chose to actively sleep in the same room, in the same bed, because it was the master bed with the best bathroom, and I could have had like another bed, but I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sleep with you." Not Story. I would sleep with you too, Story. Sleep with Campbell. It was a good time.
Was it a queen or a king?
I was a king.
Okay. Yeah, I'm to the point now where I have no problem sharing a room with dudes, but I'm not sleeping in the same bed with a dude.
Oh, I've done it with many guys before.
You see my space. I'll tell you what, though. Last year, we went to Vegas in September. We went to the UFC fight at the Sphere. There was 7 of us, and one of our guys got a suite at the Bellagio, so it was 2 bedrooms. And I was in one of the bedrooms with one of the dudes. He was my bunkmate. But I got the rollaway. That rollaway at the Bellagio was one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept on in my entire life.
Ooh, I wish I was with you. Campbell, this was a question. He didn't put a question in because he's old, so he doesn't know how these things work. Sorry. He's like 47. He looks handsome, though. He looks way younger. Playoffs, easy to say we take Dak over Caleb. He's talking about for fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
Dak over Caleb.
Dak over Caleb? Come on. Like, I'm trying to think of a situation I would take Caleb over Dak, but again, he's not throwing for a ton of yards. He scrambles enough, but they're not doing a lot of design runs for him. Dak has 2 amazing weapons in Pickens and Lamb. So yeah, go for it.
And we just saw him, against a team that just destroyed Jared Goff and has destroyed quarterbacks. I know, albeit I suppose the Cowboys are at home, but he just carved that defense up. And it's not even about him right now. It's about his weapons. Who has better weapons? This is literally, I think this is better than what we saw with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins because we like T. Higgins, but George Pickens right now is playing at a top 5 real life level, not just fantasy level. Watch the film. The dude is actually like his game has evolved. Like before, he was mostly just a really good contested catch guy down the field. Now George Pickens is winning on slants and little in-breaking routes and deep outs. He's not just running go balls. And we all know his like circus catch ability.
He's elevating Dak's game too. That entire offense runs through Pickens at the moment.
J-Bob has Dak and Dimes with Burrow back. What do I do? So Dimes is as a cut, essentially. If the trade-in deadline's over, you just cut Dimes. You don't want to roster 3 quarterbacks. And then you just roll with Dak and Burrow? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'd probably play matchups and go forward. Like, I wouldn't drop Burrow. I hate keeping more than one quarterback on my roster, especially high-end quarterback. Like, if you're streaming, that's one thing. I hate having two high-end quarterbacks on my roster. But there's situations later.
Because you make the wrong decision. You always make the wrong decision, right?
I mean, you feel bad about it, right? I'll fall in and play Burrow over Dak. So you can't control that. But there's situations later in the year where you've got to play defense as much as offense. And you can't let, Dak out on the waiver wire just because you have Burrow, right? Like, in my college fantasy football league, I don't need the Auburn quarterback, Deuce Knight, who ran for 1,000,000 yards in his debut, but I'm not going to let my opponent pick him up to play him against me in the championship game. It's the same situation. Like Burrow or Danny Dimes, I'm not really too concerned about, but can't let Burrow or Dak out of the wire.
Trade Vidal and Hampton, so a pair there, and either Henderson or Harvey for Jalen Waddle. So he has CMC. So no, he doesn't need a 4th running back. He needs some wide receiver depth. So essentially, he's trading the Chargers backfield and either Henderson or Harvey. We would choose. Who would you want? You want Harvey over Henderson rest of the season? Let's break that down first.
I don't think so. I think Henderson has done enough to showcase that he's going to be the predominant back there in New England, and it's a better offense. And I trust Drake May more, so I do want Henderson rest of the season.
So you're trading Vidal and Hampton and Harvey for Waddle. Would you do that?
No, that seems like a lot, don't you think?
I know, but he doesn't need. They're in his bench, and Waddle would be a starter. So
no need for a 4th running back. I wonder. London, Moody, Harrison, and Wilson. No, that's which Wilson?
Michael Wilson.
Okay,
because he has Harrison.
Oh, I see.
And then he has Romeo Doubs. So he's starting Romeo Doubs. So instead of starting Romeo Doubs, he just pencils in Waddle, and then he just loses his running back depth essentially.
Come on, beat this guy up a little bit. You can't let him have one over on you. Like, tell him you're asking for the moon for Waddle.
Take Hampton. I'm keeping Vidal or something. And then you keep that upside stash, something like that. Start with that and then work from there. Jay Moore, thoughts on the Ravens defense rest of the season? Drop or add another? They have a nice schedule and they're looking good. Unfortunately for this week, Bengals not a good matchup with Joe Burrow coming back, and Kyle Hamilton might miss this game. That's the heartbeat. I saw the injury. He got kind of stepped on almost, like body weight on his ankle. And Kyle Hamilton's that whole defense, dude. I love that guy. I
mean, I just picked him up in our IDP league, and he had a great game. What did he end up with? 9.6 points. But yeah, he's questionable now. So that's going to be a problem. Now, I definitely would not play them this week. I don't know, man. Burrow's first week back. Like, are we sure Burrow's 100%?
No, and you have no T. Higgins.
Yeah, no T. Higgins. Like, Thursday game.
Jonathan, this is right up Storey's alley. He says that game was silly to watch. The coaches need to lock themselves in a film room. Storey wants them to go to like Alcatraz or something and lock themselves in a fucking,
I want teams to hire like a 17-year-old kid who's addicted to Madden and have them like give them advice on play calling and stuff like that, right? Like
100%. Ron, should I bench Addison in the flex? Well, I don't know who you have instead of him, but he's not getting any catches. That's a big part of fantasy, is like actually getting the ball in your hands. And it's going to get better, though. JJ McCarthy will be better. He hit rock bottom, like 100% hit rock bottom. And Brosmer has to be better. He can't be worse. So he's a hold. Addison's a hold, right?
He's a hold. You can't start him, though.
The Giants just fired their DC, so Stephon Diggs looks like a good start next week. Patriots still playing at home. Yeah, unfortunately, Stephon Diggs, after the 2 weeks ago, he was on the field for 83% of the snaps. Last week I looked, he was 52%. Now, I don't know if that was correlated with the return of Keyshawn Boutte, and they're just rotating these guys back, and Mac Hollins has kind of earned a role there. So that's a worry with me with Steph Diggs. He's a situational receiver right now.
Yeah.
Almost like how they use Keenan Allen, right, in L.A.?
It looked like he was going to be a full-time player starting 2 weeks ago. And then, he relegated back to, I don't think it was as low as 50%, but it wasn't over 60%.
It was like 54.
Oh, Jesus. And that was a game that was not put away early, right? They had won that game by 6 points. So the Bengals are hanging around in that game. That's definitely a concern. Man, do we have another Green Bay Buffalo situation where they're just going to rotate guys? I thought Diggs was going to be the guy. Or like, is it going to be, or did they scheme up a ton of stuff for the tight ends because they know that the Bengals are terrible against tight ends and they didn't need to use the wide receivers? Maybe that's it.
Probably a combination of probably a little bit of everything there. Easy trivia, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. What movie, Story?
Dodgeball. If you could dodge
What
the
actor?
wrench, what is his name?
3,
Jason
2,
Bateman.
1.
Jason Bateman.
He got it. Good for you. Good for you, bro.
What's the name of his co-host on ESPN 8, The Ocho?
I don't know. Jacoby Brissett projects for 31 points in my. I just move on. Jacoby Brissett projects for 31 points in my league next week. 4 points passing TD, 1 point every 20 yards passing. That makes sense because he's throwing the ball 47 to 57 times a game. Ooh, Wally! Wow, me and Story are the same height. He's still going on that one. Jacoby Brissett must start, right? Is he? He's a quarterback one.
What was the question
about Brissett? He's a quarterback one, right?
Yeah, he's in that. I mean, last week he was a low end quarterback one. He's not mid range yet, but he's probably in that 9 to 10 range.
From Jason, he didn't know Houston's right tackle was 400 fucking pounds, a lot of meat. I didn't know that either until I watched the game and I noticed him. Who is that dude? He's huge.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but that guy is a monster. He's not their full time tackle, but he's a monster.
Yeah. Did you hear? I was watching Matt Harmon and he was talking about Darnell Washington. He's listed at 260. That's what he was coming out of the draft. And then he was on I think Stephon Diggs and Travion Diggs podcast. I didn't know that everyone has a podcast now. And he's told him that he's 311 pounds playing tight end.
Oh my God.
I mean, you can see it, right? He's just bursting out of that uniform.
Why wouldn't you dial up like a screen pass to that dude once a game and just let him truck guys and just see what he can do?
Like, if you think Derrick Henry trucking people is funny, like, this is just awesome. Like, you can't tackle him. Also, can we get Darnell Washington in the tush push, please?
Right. Why are we not utilizing him a little more? I'm actually, speaking of Derrick Henry, I'm getting a little excited because we're getting cold weather. This is a time when defenders start, and end of the year, this is a time when defenders start making business decisions. Nobody wants to tackle Derrick Henry in the cold.
100%. All right, I got to shout out a couple people here. Also, here you go, Story. This is for you.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All right, shout out to the Patreon members. Appreciate everyone here helping me out, keeping the lights on. A lot of perks, gentlemen. You want free merchandise. You want access to the Discord. You want access to my early bets. We are crushing another good week, 6-3 this week. We are up to 60 and 32. That's all even odds bets, minus 120 at the worst. 60 and 32 Story. That is printing. So we're almost up to 66%. That's my goal at the end of the year is going 2-1, 6 and 3 every week. That's the goal. That's insane.
66% is elite.
We're almost there, man. We are almost there, and might have a couple setbacks, but you know what? We're always going to keep on putting our next foot forward. Also, here is Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Also, we are one away from the chug. I want to chug one up, guys. The fundraiser, the beer chug fundraiser. Every 5 super chats of any color, chug. Every $20 super chat, chug. Everyone that signs up for the Patreon to get you in the Discord and join the community, that's also a chug. Go to professionalfanatics.com to get all the information with that. It's a pretty the site looks nice. It's sleek. It looks better than I do. Almost as good as Story.
Almost.
Yeah, I know. Almost.
Are we streaming on Thursday on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I stream every day. So later, I mean, the game's not till it won't be till 11
Oh yeah,
o'clock.
they got a night game.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you had like turkey plans or whatever.
I am going over to my sister's, which is right across the street. So, and also with my puppy, she's still like, I have to lock her in the cage because she's kind of crazy. So I don't want to leave her too long. So hopefully that gets better eventually. Would you rather start Dart against New England or Joe Burrow against the Ravens? Is that scoring also? Like if it's 4 for a passing touchdown, we go Dart, 6, we go Burrow?
Dude, I don't know that Dart's going to run as much as he was running. Like you already lost Scatabo for the year. Now you want to come back and you lost Dart to a concussion. You want your franchise quarterback to be getting dinged up a second time. Still, I agree. Yeah, if it's 6 or even 5, I'm going Burrow. If it's 4, I'm going Dart.
Get down on that. Thank you, GT. This is for you. Turkey or ham? This is ham for me.
Ham, 100%. Turkey's trash, man. Like outside of a turkey leg or maybe some dark meat, it's fine. Turkey, like white meat, I don't understand white meat turkey at all. It's strictly a vessel to get gravy from your plate to your mouth. White meat turkey is complete and utter garbage.
Have you been to a turkey farm ever?
No, but my brother
It's
lives
gross.
in Scalp, and they are they've got a turkey farm nearby. Every once in a while, you'll see domesticated turkeys have escaped. So they're not wild because you can tell the difference between wild turkeys and turkeys that are bred. And like every once in a while, you get one of those floating by or walking on by.
It is very, very depressing. I'll say that. Just because they're in such confined spaces, there's so many of them. They're so like whacked in the head from just being trapped in a cage. Pretty messed up though.
I drove by a chicken truck once, and I'm like, man, this is so sad. Like, I feel terrible. Now, I'm not going to stop eating chicken or turkey or beef. I know it's a terrible. Frankly, the bottom line is like we should all be eating less meat because there is no greater contributor to climate change than the meat industry. That's not a political statement. That is a fact. So we should all be eating less meat. Frankly, though, I know that fact, and I'm still not changing my behavior. So.
Oh, I love meat, bro. And Blake is pissed at Lamar. It's been really rough.
Dude, I just traded for Lamar like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, well, come on, man. Like, I traded. This is a keeper league, and I traded away picks for next year, and this is what I'm getting from you, Lamar. Come on, man. Like,
it's run a little bit too. Also for my bet on Thursday, just run. Jay Moore, would you drop the Ravens for Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay schedule is real nice. A lot of division games. You get a lot of the Panthers and a lot of the Saints and a lot of the Falcons. I'm doing it.
A lot of Panthers. Well, the last Saints game is week 18, so it's not going to count for most playoffs. So just be aware of that. And they do get a Rams. No, wait, they just had the Rams. So yeah, I would do that.
Agreed. Alex is my friend's been pissing me off saying Dak isn't top 5 this year at quarterback after the win against the Eagles. I feel like there's no doubt. Dak is like one of the most underrated quarterbacks in real life and in fantasy because he doesn't have the accolades, right? And it's not just because of him, but like he doesn't have the accolades. And dude, like he's good. He's good. Like I know, like eye test wise, Justin Herbert's better, but Justin Herbert hasn't done anything more than Dak Prescott. So
I've never been impressed with Justin Herbert since his rookie year. Like he's a glorified game manager to me.
You hate him.
I don't hate him. I just don't think he's as good as everybody thought that he would be, or he is as good.
He should be better and more successful is the point because he has everything. He's got the wheels. He's got the strong arm. I think he's a pretty smart quarterback. Like he's got everything.
He's 27. He's got the height, the strong arm. You mentioned that the decision-making prowess, and he's been wholly unsuccessful in big spots. So it's not just the organizational that has a lot to do with it. So is Alex talking about top 5 fantasy or top 5 real life? Because I don't think he's top 5 real life.
No, but he's in the conversation, man. He's definitely top 10. Like,
oh yeah,
Jared Goff or Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
There you go. Need I say anything else? No. Matt Stafford or Dak Prescott?
Matt Stafford.
This year, but like the past couple years, it was been Dak.
Because they had Kyren Williams and they were very comfortable utilizing Kyren Williams. But when Stafford needed to step up, he did. Man, he did.
Well, you know what Dak is? You know what Dak is? Dak is Matt Stafford with the Lions. That's exactly what he is.
He is Matt Stafford. Yeah, dude. You remember
player, bro?
You remember how much Matt Stafford used to run back in the day? Like,
yeah, and Dak used to run as well. So like it's the same kind of player. And the nice thing is maybe Dak can get his ass out of there. Now I don't think he's going to age as well because he's had a lot more injuries, like leg injuries than Matt Stafford has. But like if he gets on with an actual good coach for once, like an offensive mind, I know that you don't think they exist in nature, Story, but they do. And then at 36 years old, fuck you. Maybe Dak could have a Super Bowl with. He's probably not winning one with Dallas though, because Dallas is probably never winning one as long as the Joneses are running things, which is probably going to be forever.
32. He's 32. I'm trying to see what his contract is when he's up.
Matt says this is the time of year where everyone calls the Bucs a mirage and they go on a run and make the playoffs to get knocked out in round 1. And then Jason says simmer down. Now, actually, with what we've seen this year, that wouldn't be that bad. Wouldn't you take that, Jason? Like right now they might miss the playoffs.
So he's signed through 2028, but the Cowboys have an out after 27. So he's for sure a Cowboy until he's 35 and then maybe 36. He's going to get one more contract. God, big cap hit. $55 million in 28. Goodness gracious.
Well, Trevor Lawrence and Tua have the same cap hit, so don't feel
I'm sorry. It's $50 million this year. It's $78 million in 28.
Oh my God. Adam says Juwan Johnson versus Atlanta or Strange versus the Titans.
Juwan Johnson.
Oh, you love some strange. Yeah, it's John Johnson. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
He's killing. He's like 5 for 50 every game.
He's been double-digit PPR points for a good chunk of the season. I want to see where our Johnson bet is at the moment.
Ooh, I'm winning it. We just for the record, you guys that don't know, we made an on-air bet. I took Juwan Johnson. He took Theo Johnson full PPR. I think it was full PPR. I hope it was full PPR.
I don't remember.
That
makes a difference.
Yeah, full PPR. And I think I'm gonna win this one because Juwan Johnson's been pretty goddamn good this year.
You want to guess the delta between their points right now?
11?
2. 94.2 to 92.2.
Is that in half?
That's in half. I'll have to look it up in full.
Yeah, in full, it's probably 11.
Okay.
We can make an agreement. It's 0.75 PPR. Just made that up in my head.
Well, we'll check the tape. I'm a man of my word.
Will Yoshi have less targets with Chase back, even without Higgins? So I guess the question is, do you like Yoshi more with Higgins and no Chase, or with Chase and no Higgins? Because I think you like him more with no Chase.
Yeah, I think you do like him more with no Chase. He still should be fine. I mean, he's a low end flex. He's a dart throw. I wouldn't expect much. But you could slot him in. You're probably going to get in a PPR 8 points, I would guess.
Yeah, it's kind of his floor. Here's the problem, though, real quick with Yoshi. He's best in the slot, and T. Higgins never plays a slot. Jamar Chase plays a slot actually a decent amount for an alpha receiver. So that would just move Yoshi out to Axter outside, and like Yoshi is not winning any of those routes.
No, he's not. He's definitely not winning those. So Juwan Johnson in a PPR 119.7, Theo Johnson 111.7. So it's coming down.
Gonna come down to the wire, baby. Let's go. I think I want Theo Johnson rest of the season over Juwan Johnson. So I don't
Jackson Dart.
8 wins in a row in home leagues, most points scored, second points against, coming into the playoffs on fire. I love that when it doesn't even matter. You're getting all these points scored against you, but you're just shitting on teams.
Or like I'm in a league. I'm 10-2, and I'm like skating by on super lucky wins. So I know my team is set up for like a heartbreaker in the first week of the playoffs.
So Edson says this is kind of the way it goes in Dynasty and stuff like that, right? Where you have a consolation bracket you actually have to win the consolation to get the first pick.
Mm-hmm.
So tanking just doesn't even, you can't just tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. I kind of like that. I like that idea. It's a good idea.
Well, I mean, we, in that very brief window that we were in that Dynasty league, remember I traded Lamar to you in that league for some picks. And like my team was in third place, and then, it fell out of the playoffs, and then I ended up winning the consolation bracket, and I would have had the first overall pick. Now that pick would have been Marvin Harrison Jr., so I feel like I dodged the bullet.
Yeah, if only it was Michael Wilson. Wally says, this is a good call from Wally. You know what? It's okay if McCarthy busts. He's just saying he's trying to make himself feel better, but the 49ers traded like 2 first-round picks for Trey Lance and still managed to get out of it. I'm sure the Vikes could move on if needed. Yeah, and isn't that wild that the Niners have had all these injuries, and they literally traded away a lot for Trey Lance, who is the biggest bust because he was drafted 2nd overall, and they traded up to get him. Like, that was actually worse than Mitch Trubisky because, again, we talked about this the other night. Like, Mitch Trubisky at least gave up something. Trey Lance has given them nothing, like nothing.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm very confident that Shanahan didn't want Trey Lance in that draft. It was kind of
he wanted Mac Jones.
He was kind of foisted upon him. I think it's pretty well known. Yeah, Wally's right though. I mean, he's a 10th overall pick. He could be a bust. Hell, Joel Alt could be a bust after this knee surgery. We just don't know.
But it's nice though. What helped the Niners out is Brock Purdy being the last pick in that draft and being Brock Purdy.
Well, yeah, what would have been nice is you have Sam Darnold on the roster, and you figure out that JJ McCarthy is not it. Like, that would have been nice. Or,
Danny Dimes,
Daniel Jones, yeah.
Oh God, Wally, is it bad to think the Vikes could bring in Aaron Rodgers next season, his last year, and could do something? He'll do something, but like, you're not winning Aaron Rodgers is not winning a Super Bowl. I mean, at this stage of his career, I don't care. Like, what team? If he goes to give me a team that he goes to that they could win a Super Bowl. Like, I don't know, the Rams. Let's say if he replaced Matt Stafford right now, would they be in contention?
Stafford was done, maybe.
I'm trying to think. It has to be an elite roster.
Well, pair him back up with Devontae Adams. That'd be something else. Maybe the Rams.
I don't think there's a team. The
No, I'm
Chiefs,
trying to
no.
think, like, who's a quarterback away? That's really tough. But who also has an elite roster that doesn't already have their quarterback set up, right? Like
The Seahawks.
maybe
but like,
I was going to say maybe Seattle. Like if Sam Darnold moves on, I don't know. Vikings though, following in scumbag Brett Favre's footsteps.
Fucking Brett Favre. Yeah, I don't know why. The reason that Aaron Rodgers didn't go to Minnesota was because he knew there'd be a competition. And he was not about to ride the pine. So, you know what? He should have looked at some tape on JJ McCarthy and been like, ain't no competition.
Whoopsies.
Is that a low blow?
Whoopsies.
Can Stafford finish quarterback 1 this year? No, because there's no rushing upside, Mark.
Yeah.
He's not quarterback 1 right now. Josh Allen is. Because Josh Allen's blow-up games are like 47 points. And Matt Stafford gets you 32 for his good games.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Like Matt Stafford threw for 3 touchdowns yesterday, and he had 20 PPR. He had 20 fantasy points. Unfortunately, like that's just not enough. Like he's not going to throw for 3 touchdowns every game. And when he does throw for 3 touchdowns, if the yardage isn't there, like 20 points is great. It's a very serviceable QB1, but it's not going to be overall QB1.
It's still been an awesome value because he was quarterback 22, bro. Like,
I got him off the wire in a league that
I was more thinking of like best ball leagues, like where he was really like I drafted him in a lot of places just because I was like, dude, quarterback 22.
He last I don't know, is he still leading the MVP race?
Yeah. Oh, he already has it locked up as long as he stays healthy because Josh Allen's laid too many stinkers and they're not winning. Michael, what percent would you give Burrow playing this season? Well, it's already almost official, right? That he's playing on Thursday. Like they haven't made the announcement, but like
95%. Like,
yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they're doing it, man, but they're not mathematically eliminated, I suppose, right? But like, I'll say this: like, remember I told you I made the bet on the Falcons to win their division. The Falcons have a better chance to win this division than the Bengals do to win that division. You agree with that?
Well, yeah,
they're both in the same exact situation, but like the Bengals are 3-7.
3-7. That's
4-7. 3-7. Is it 3-7?
Yeah.
They're 4. They're 8 losses. They have 8 losses, don't they? They're 3-8, dude. They're 3-8.
Yeah.
3-8, dude. What are they doing?
It looks like your Falcons bet has come down from 101 to 80-1.
That's what we like to do here. Maybe I'll cash out and make like I put $1 on it. Maybe I can make like 60 cents.
Not even close.
That's good business.
15 cents.
Okay, it's still profit.
Profit, baby.
Yeah. Brissett, Baker, and Dak. I dropped Jacoby. I'm not dropping. I'm probably dropping Baker.
Yeah,
Brissett, Baker, and Dak. Like, give me the guy that's actually healthy playing.
I think Baker's probably 2 weeks away, realistically, even if it's a minor sprain. Maybe a week if they push him because of the division.
So I don't know if you heard the news of Marvin Harrison. Like they're not giving any updates. He's out this week, I would say.
Dude, I don't understand. Like people thought he was coming back after 1 week miss. Like they took out an organ. That doesn't exactly.
Yeah, I thought it'd be 2 weeks, but now it's looking like 3. What if they shut him down for the rest of the season?
I don't think that's going to happen because like once he's back, he's back. Like once he's healed, once those stitches are out. And the wound is healed. That's it. Like he's good. The fact they didn't put him on IR, like we've seen guys get their appendix removed. Dude, I'm still holding on to who's the Broncos guy that was dealing with testicular cancer, the defender.
Adam Troutman.
Not Adam.
The defender. Wolf, right?
No, I'll look it up. But yeah, like I'm still holding on to him. Like the dude's going through. He's saying he's coming back this year. He went through chemo and he had a testicle removed.
Oh. See, old Lance Armstrong.
Alex Singleton.
Oh, fucking love that guy. Mark says Stafford is quarterback 2 in my league, 6 for a passing touchdown though, and he's 11 points behind Josh Allen. So in most leagues, the standard is 4. Mark. So that would mean he's probably like 30 behind them in there. But like that just doesn't work because a lot of people do play 6 for a passing touchdown. So like just wrap your head around that. Old man Matt Stafford, run first offense, right?
It's easy to figure out. Like we just need. Stafford's thrown for what? 28 touchdowns? 28 times 2? That's 50.
No, he's got 30.
So it's 60 points. So he's 60 points behind in a 4-point per touchdown league.
Well, no, Josh Allen has some passing touchdowns as well. He has those rushing touchdowns.
He doesn't have all rushing touchdowns, but yeah. But so Stafford has 60 fewer points. How many touchdowns does Josh Allen have? Passing.
Ooh, this is a really good. I don't know off the top of my head.
I'll look it up.
This is a really good call from Hetzer. Mac Jones would be a good fit for the Vikings. What do you think about that? That actually makes a lot of sense, dude.
It does make a lot of sense.
Nice call, Hetzer.
I don't think San Fran's willing to get rid of him though. Like they need a backup there. Like we've seen Purdy with multiple injuries.
Yeah, but what if they could get JJ McCarthy? What if they just did the swap him, right? Then JJ sits for a year and you get Mac Jones. That makes a lot of sense, baby.
So he's got 18 touchdowns. So that would be 36 points. So 60 minus 36 is 24. So Stafford's 24 points behind. So he's plus the 11. So he's 35 points behind in a 4-point per passing league.
The scoring matters, dude. So what if they did that trade? JJ McCarthy for Mac Jones straight up in the offseason.
JJ McCarthy for Mac Jones.
Who says no?
I don't know. Like the Vikings would need to have their future locked up at quarterback. So they would need to draft somebody first.
No, they have Mac Jones. You do the trade 1-for-1.
Mac Jones is not like that's not the direction you want to take the franchise. Like he's
only like 29 years old, bro.
He's not the future of that franchise. They
didn't draft JJ McCarthy doesn't look like the future either.
I get it. I'm fairly certain that they're going to draft a quarterback in this league, in this draft, very highly. My guess,
Wally probably fucking hates us right now. It's JJ McCarthy talk. It's not good. Would you play Benson over Rico?
Go ahead. Purdy had that stinger in his arm. Then in the playoff game, he's been out multiple times over the past 3 years. They need a quality backup there. They're not going to give up.
So what you're saying is that's a bad contract for Brock Purdy.
Yeah, it probably is, but they're pot committed now. So they need an insurance policy. JD McCarthy he was out for 5 games and he's got a phantom concussion. What the hell is that?
Yeah, he does. Would you play Benson over Rico in the fantasy playoffs?
No.
What if he comes back in, he's getting 65-70% of the work like I say he's going to get?
If that's the case, I would look at the schedules. But right now, I'm going to go with the guy who's done it, and that's Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I get down with that. I have 11 shares of both, so I'm fine. I might have the same decision to make.
No.
There's worse ones to have than that. Let's see. Go Birds. We will shake back. What do you think? Give me the chances that the Bears beat the Birds.
Kramer, I don't know how to.
Oops, that's the wrong one.
Eagles.
Go Birds, though.
Oh, go Birds. All right, fine. Go Birds, right? Go Birds. Get your hand off my knee.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. I was watching.
Give me your percentage.
I was watching clips from the league. You ever watch that show earlier today?
Yeah, it's good.
It's fun. It's like crap that stretches between hilarious moments of Ruxin and his rants. So anyway, I don't know what made me think of that, but that the Bears beat the Birds. I think
they're 7-point underdogs.
Are mostly frauds. So I give them a 20% chance to win this game, which would imply about a 10-point spread. So I'm way lower on the Bears than the sportsbooks are.
By the way, It's Always Sunny is probably 5 times better than the league. If I could give a comparison.
Well, I'm not saying the league is good. I'm just saying there's funny moments in it.
Yeah. I like the league. I'm just saying that's how much better the show is. And like I said, you would agree Seinfeld's 5 times funnier than the league?
Maybe more. At least again, the league has its moments, and mostly it's Jason Mazzucakas, but and the guy what's his name that plays Ruxin.
Taco's pretty good too.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
How much fab? This is a weird one. How much fab should I drop on Brosner? I have 120 out of 200.
It's not even his name. It's not even his name.
What is it? What is it?
Brosmer.
NM, same thing. If you're in a Superflex league, we'll call this a
Superflex. It's worth $20.
Okay.
Actually, it's probably worth 20% of what you have left. So it's probably worth $24.
Booty only had 2 targets in the first game back. It's a mess there. It's almost like a fucking Green Bay situation.
Well, we talked about that. Like, it's probably a combination of they're rotating their wide receivers because they don't feel confident in any one guy, but also against the Bengals, why wouldn't you just run Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper out there? And it worked. Barely, but it worked.
Jay Moore, let's talk Yossi this week. Must start or no? And here's what I'm gonna take the L on that one. I said he was a must start last week. Got you 9 or was it 11 PPR points? That was a whiff. You know, Michael Wilson hit, Parker Washington hit. Can't hit them all, but it wasn't like a total dud. So I'm never putting the words must start and Yoshi in the same conversation unless we're playing Mario Kart, because that is a must start. He's the fastest in Mario Kart.
Dude, I'm always Yoshi.
Yeah, that's a total fucking lame ass move. Give me Bowser, bro.
It's not.
So
it's not
do you think? Yeah, Hop yeah, that's definitely OP. Yoshi, is he in the top 36 discussion in PPR?
I think so. Barely, but I think so. What do you end up with PPR? 10.6. So that doesn't kill you in a PPR. Doesn't win you your week, but it doesn't kill you. Yeah, I think he's probably in that 34 to 38 range. So must start depending on whom else you have.
Jason, reports coming from Jay Glazer. Big Ray is planning on having 4 turkeys for Thursday, both dark and white meat in the starting lineup. That's pretty accurate. Jay Moore, top 5 waiver ads. I have not looked into any of that because I'm still digesting what we just watched for week 12, but we were talking about Devin Neal. That would be one that is on the radar for sure. Well, tune in tomorrow's show and we'll get into all those kind of things once I have a better idea of the landscape.
Available. If you need tight end help, Brenton Strange is probably available.
Taysom
Hill, maybe. Christian Watson might still be out there. He looks like the one there for Green Bay. Jaden Higgins, he might still be floating out there. It depends. Like it's tough to say. If it's a deep league, it's a thin week. If like there's a lot of guys out there, there's some names that are good. I don't like the only guy that's a pick up and play this week, I think, is Christian Watson and Devin Neal when Kamara sits.
Thoughts on Wan'Dale Robinson staying consistent moving forward? With Jackson Dart, I think takes him down a peg.
It does take him down a peg, but I mean, 140 yards, like that's exactly what we want to see. Like he's shown that he can do it on all levels of the field. They were using him in these really short routes last year. His average depth of target was like in the 5s or 6s. They're moving him around the formation quite a bit, so I'm pleased with his progression. You know, it's a second-year guy or third-year guy, so yeah, he won't be as consistent, and he won't have this high. You probably saw the best game of the year.
Jaden Higgins or Yoshi? I think you're going to say Jaden Higgins, aren't you?
Probably am going to say Jaden Higgins, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say Jaden Higgins. Like, they were forcing him the ball.
Yeah, Nico is clearly banged up, though. I think he's going to be healthy. I mean, 10 days off, man.
I mean, Nico was a full participant in practice 2 days before, so I don't know what the problem is there.
It was something, man. It was something. Thoughts on Pierce signing with the Chiefs? Is that just a depth piece move? Because did you see Hilaire is out there getting snaps, bro?
I did. I'm like, I can't believe he's still on this team. I forgot he was on this team. People like I saw somebody on Twitter say, "Go pick up Dameon Pierce right now," and I'm like, why? Hunt got like 25 carries. Like they really like Kareem Hunt in that offense. Like
30. He had 30 carries. 30 carries.
Oh my god!
Can you believe that? That's nuts.
And it was 100 yards, but he had the 1 touchdown or 2. Can't remember.
He had a receiving touchdown. I know that for sure. I think it might have just been the one receiving.
No, it's strictly a depth piece, I think. So that actually speaks that Pacheco's injury might be more severe than they originally thought.
Yeah, I haven't heard any positive news there. Michael, is no Higgins and Burrow with no Higgins and Burrow coming back a recipe for Jamar Chase 30-point game? Historically, if you remember a couple years ago, he had those 2 epic games against Baltimore, like 200 plus receiving yards.
Yeah.
I was going to bet on that too. I chose Lamar's rushing yards. Jamar was at 92 yards as his line. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I know. It's just too high for me. But that tells you all you need to know. Like that's as high as anyone's going to get. So maybe not 30 points, but he's going to get a lot of targets.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
But they should be bracketing him every snap, right?
Well, no T. Higgins, so that should shade coverage over to his side, and that's not ideal. But Jamar Chase, if there's anybody in the league that can beat double coverage, it's Jamar Chase.
What's your worry on Dallas Goedert? Hetzer might drop him for Brenton Strange. Would you go that far?
No, I don't think so, because Dallas Goedert has as much a chance to catch a touchdown as any tight end in the league, not named George Kittle or Trey McBride. So I'd probably just ride it with Dallas Goedert and hope that offense that was a wake up call for the offense.
Agreed. I'm just not. I want the better offense, and Trevor Lawrence throws the ball more to the opponents in the red zone than he does actually to his tight ends. That's just fucking crazy, but it's true.
Yeah.
Travion versus Giants or Chase Brown versus the Ravens. Now, we did have a report that Samaje Perine, his recovery is a lot. He might play in this game, Story.
I don't think he's playing in this game. And
if he does, though, that changes things.
Yeah, but what's his name's got a concussion too. Taj Brooks.
Brooks, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, give me Chase Brown all day long. Like, I love this matchup. I love this opportunity for him. They're going to feed him a million carries.
If the Chiefs are -6.5 at home, but Mahomes throws to 8 different receivers, how do you know whether their offense actually matches the spread? I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure. I don't know what that means.
A weird one. So it's all right, Wally. I'd be down to, but you know what? You got a good team. You got a good coach. Let's just hope Kevin O'Connell doesn't get fired over this shit. You know what? Fire your GM. Fire him. It's not O'Connell's fault.
Who is the GM there?
I don't know. Some clown.
Some clown.
Next week I have Jamar, Zay, DK, and Michael Wilson to choose from starting. I was thinking of flexing Benson. No. Do not flex Benson his first week back. I'm the biggest Benson guy in the world, but like we're not doing that his first week back.
Yeah, that's
starting Andrews over. Kincaid's still probably not healthy. He's still not playing this week. So it is. You got to start Andrews start your tight ends against the Bengals, guys. Start them. Yeah. Fire them up.
Fire them up. Fire them all up.
And Michael Wilson's a must start. Like Zay is a must start. Jamar is a must start. So the question would be DK or Trey Benson if he comes back. And I'm going DK. I know it's been rough, but
do you think Isaiah Likely is a flex play this week?
Oh, no. And that's also, I was looking at that play as well. 26.5 is his Vegas total.
Yeah. Okay. So even Vegas doesn't think that he's going to be a factor in this game.
But I feel like that's higher than it should be because he hasn't been putting up that much yardage. I mean, no one has been. They're not doing shit.
It's been bad.
Very, very bad. Max, what's up, boys? 10-2 after this week while starting my vacation today. Can't wait to go to my final week testing my super team. Going to my final week testing my super team. He's got a vacation. He's 10-2. Like, fuck, man. That's you got it made right now. All right.
A little vacay action. I'll take that.
Yeah. Hopefully you have a giant cocktail in your hand and a chick on your lap. Or a dude if you're into that. Whatever. You have a human being on your lap. Or a dog.
Or a giant chick in your hand and then a cocktail in your lap.
I like that. Chris Sims was never the same after his appendix was burst in a game. I mean, if we want to blame Chris Sims' awful career on the appendix, I think he was pretty bad. He's also very bad at broadcasting, and he has his own podcast. His takes are terrible. Story. Have you ever watched any of his stuff?
No, I have no reason to watch any of his stuff.
He's very hot takey, and I remember he does his college rankings, right? His player profiles, and he ranks the positions top fives. He had Diami Brown as a number 1 receiver coming out in that class. And I believe that was I don't think that was the Jamar Chase class. It might have been the Jamar Chase class though. It was wild. He was consensus number 9. And he's like, this dude is blah, blah, blah. And he had him over, all the other studs. That didn't age well.
No.
I'm saying saying things like that are just not good. It's just not smart. I guess if you do it 50 times a story and it hits once, you can refer to that. But unfortunately, I can check the tape and be like, what about the other 49? That's not good a ratio.
Most people don't care about that. That's the state of media today is just throw out tons of hot takes and hope that people forget the bad ones and then hit on the good ones and then talk about the good ones.
Yeah, we're generally very accountable on this channel for our losses, our wins. That's how you got to get better too. That's the goal, is getting better, not just throwing shit out to throw it out there. Let's actually have some things and put our money where our mouth is. Story. That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what we do.
Don't actually put money in your mouth because it's very dirty.
Yeah. Strippers will put it in their fucking orifices though. Luke says, should I start Kelsey or Gatson this week?
Kelsey, man. I know he had a down game, but he's the number 2 tight, maybe not anymore, but he was the number 2 tight end in the week coming in last week. Don't abandon him just because of one bad week. They're using him quite a bit.
Wow, that's insane. You got to send a second rounder plus for Mac, second rounder and JJ for Mac. Now the Vikings wouldn't do that. That's just silly.
No way.
Do I trade Ibuka and Myers for Saquon? Just trying to improve at flex and PPR. It's a tricky one. I think you have to wait to see what's up with Baker, because if you told me that Baker was out for 2 or 3 weeks and you're fighting for the playoffs, for instance, yes, I do that trade. If you tell me Baker plays this week, I'm not doing that trade.
Man, I really don't think that Baker plays this week.
No, but if it's like 1 week, 1 week's one thing, 2 or 3, and they say 2 or 3, it could be 4.
It was a positive sign the way they got Saquon involved in the passing game, but they still were not committed to the run, which leads me, like, I'm still nervous about Saquon's future the rest of the season. But I would probably do it because I personally think that that Baker's going to be out for 3 weeks.
And if he comes back, like, do we even know he's going to be the same? Like, Baker's a guy that will play hurt, but we saw, in the past, we saw his injury. It was a lower body and also another shoulder where he stopped running for 4 weeks and he was just out there. Maybe this is going to limit his deep ball, right? Where he's just going to be fucking Mac Jones out there. No offense to Mac Jones. Michael says, is it stupid to bench Ibuka and start Olave and Michael Wilson full PPR if Marv is out? I'm starting Michael Wilson over Ibuka 100% if there's no Marv, and I'm starting Olave as well. Olave is number 2. Number 2 in the league in targets.
If Marv's out, I'm very, very fine starting Michael Wilson, but I'm not starting Olave over Ibuka yet. I'm going to stick with Ibuka and trust that they can make it work there.
I don't know, man. Olave has like 12 targets every single game. Like,
he didn't have 12
he did, dude. He had another great game. He had 8 or 9 catches last week. It looked bad in the first half, dude. He ended up with 8 catches. Am I crazy?
Oh, wow. I guess he had 9 catches. Wow. Okay.
Every game, bro. Dude, it's Chris Olave.
When I looked at the fourth quarter, I'm like, oh man, Olave, like, here you go again.
He is he's number 8. I think he's number 8 right now, number 8th receiver in PPR this year. It's what a call we had too on that one.
Maybe give it a week with Ibuka and see what happens with and start Olave. Yeah, I guess it's not so crazy. 13 targets. Okay, finally, like, they were not using him in the first half very much. Like, right? Like, I'm not.
He has the Dolphins too. The Dolphins. That's a good matchup.
I'm not misremembering, right? They were not using him much in the first half.
No, he had like 2 catches in the first half.
Okay.
Like 2 for 9. Matt says Bucky Irving finally back this week should give Tampa some juice for the run. Well, we don't know that he's finally back. They've been saying that since the bye week. No, actually, it was since week 8. They had the week 9 bye. He was supposed to come back week 8, and they're like, we're just going to rest him for the bye. And into week 10, week 11, week 12. Now we're on to week 13. So maybe, but like, obviously it's more relevant for that team right now than it is for Bucky's fantasy outlook, because you can't start him this week.
Well, and Rachaad White was very efficient yesterday, and the way Sean Tucker's been playing, do we really think that Bucky's going to step back into 28 opportunities in week 1? I certainly don't think so.
I'm sorry, Wally. It's rough. ESPN, like, that's all they're talking about. JJ McCarthy. We've leaned on it pretty heavily too, because it's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
If it makes you feel any better, like, the media around Chicago would do nothing but lambaste Caleb Williams all day Monday, all day Tuesday last year. So.
Yeah, but like, somehow this is a national story, and I don't know why it is. Like, why is it such an? Who cares about the Vikings? I'm just saying, like, they're not. It's not like the fucking Chiefs, the Eagles, or like the Giants, right? Like,
this is weird. Yeah. It's getting more run nationally than Caleb Williams being mediocre last year. I guess because it's historically bad is my only guess. Like, literally, one of the worst 380 quarterbacks to have ever stepped on the field.
What makes it worse though is the Sam Darnold. It's that Sam Darnold is like in the MVP conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is with throwing to one receiver. Now, albeit that receiver is a god, officially a god, but doesn't have an offensive mind there. It's impressive. Start 1, DK, Mechie, AD Mitchell, or Trey Benson if healthy. Let's say this is PPR, so we'll just go with the receivers. If Io Manor's out, is it DK?
If Io Manor's
out, hold on. You know what I got to do? You know what I have to do?
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Gotta play that, my favorite clip. Is it DK?
if Iomanner's out, I don't know what the status of his hamstring is. So, if let's say Iomanner's back though, where are you going?
Parker Washington has added that mix too. So let's assume that there's no Brian Thomas. If there's no Brian Thomas, is it Parker Washington?
Yeah, that's a smash spot right there.
What do we know about Davis Mills? Like, it's more about CJ Stroud. Like, he should come back this week, right? He has 10 days off. That would be missing 4 games.
No, it'd be 3 if you miss this week. Yeah, this is. I mean, do they want him to come back? I think personally they do. People are talking about like, oh, Davis Mills, they beat the Bills. He didn't look that good. Like, let's go back and watch the tape. He didn't look that good this past week.
CJ Stroud is a 2nd overall pick that's had 2 playoff appearances and he's won a playoff game each of the years he's played. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, that sounds like counselor talk. Counselor, he actually. I sent you the video. Did I send the video of the counselor saying he got benched?
Yes, you did. Yeah,
because there was a still picture of him with like a looking.
Is that guy like lying on his bed when he makes these videos? Like, I don't know what his deal is. Anyway,
he's funny,
they're 100% going back to CJ Stroud. I'm not worried about that at all. My concern is how early he got ruled out last week, which like if this is one of those like you remember the Cedric Tillman situation last year where that concussion just stretched out to the end of the year.
Yeah,
like we've seen guys miss multiple games for concussions. It's just the way your brain responds. There's a lot of guys that get a concussion that come back, may miss 1 game, they come back. This is one of those ones that it could be a while. Yeah.
That sucks. Jonathan Crazy, Kareem Hunt gets 30 carries, and Rico like 6 or 8. Here's the thing: is that game script was actually the same exact thing the Chiefs had. That game script for the Chiefs against the Colts was the same we just saw for the Panthers, right? Down by 7 or 10 the whole game, and so look keep it the run.
Yeah, look what a good coach does. Like he put them in a position to win that game. Now, again, I think that Shane Steichen got extremely conservative and lost in that game. But come on, man, 8 carries, 6 carries, whatever it is. Like, what are you doing?
Not enough. Would you rather start J-Mo against the Packers or Hendo at New England Monday Night Football? Starting Hendo, right?
Doesn't it feel like Dan Campbell is going to want to prove a point and get Jameson Williams the ball? That's very narrative driven. I understand that. But I'll tell you
I think I'm going to make that a play. I think I'm going to make J-Mo a play once they get rushing and receiving yards.
I have PTSD from a Thanksgiving game where I started a dude and he literally put up a goose egg. So no, I'm going Hendo. The other thing is like there's a mental thing here. Like Thursday, okay, I'm going to be watching the games. I don't know what everybody's plans are. But like give me a chance to win it on Monday Night Football with Travion Henderson.
Good call here. Biggest reason not to start Benson is they play Tampa. That is true in itself. Now they could be had through the air, but Trey Benson isn't exactly, Alvin Kamara. But I think he's got good pass catching chops.
Yeah,
Vikes GM is
going to remain the pass catcher there.
How do you read this? Could we see Adafo Mensah?
I think you got it. Kawisi Adafo Mensah. I think you got it. Although, like Adafo Mensah, I don't know if that Kawisi is the right way to pronounce it, but just phonetically, that's how it looks to me. Kwesi, maybe? Kwesi Adafo Mensah? I don't know.
It's weird. His best traffic so far has been Addison. Yeah, but Addison's a knucklehead. Dude, Mayfield or Lawrence. So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's just Madison or Addison helped me win a college fantasy football championship 1 year. So.
Yeah, you love mentioning that.
I do love mentioning that because I'm fucking dominating this league.
Mayfield or Lawrence week 13. Well, Baker's not playing week 13. I would say 95%.
I highly doubt he's playing. Like I put it at 95% he doesn't play. So Lawrence. Now, okay, let's see. Like the off chance he plays at 5%. You going Mayfield or you going Lawrence?
I'm going Lawrence because Baker's going to play hurt. If he's playing really hurt. I don't want to fuck
it. Bad. It could be very bad. Yeah.
And what's his risk of re-injury, man? One fucking fall hit on that.
There's a high risk of re-injury with a shoulder sprain. You land on it wrong, that's it. You're done. So, yeah, I would go Lawrence. He's going to throw picks. Better hope it's not like a -4 per interception league.
Crazy question. Superflex, Taylor or Stroud this week with Jacoby? I'm going Tyrod. I mean, even if Stroud plays, would you go Tyrod? So we have Texans are at the Colts. Actually, I don't hate that matchup. And the Jets are who the fuck do the Jets have? Jets are at home against the Falcons, though. I like that matchup. The Falcons just gave up 450 yards to Bryce Young.
Yeah, true.
That
But
happened.
but I don't know. I can't imagine that the Falcons score enough to make this a game where Tyrod Taylor is going to have to do a lot. I'm going Stroud. I'm going come on. Like, we're talking about starting Tyrod Taylor for the Jets. Nah, give me Stroud.
Yeah, I want Tyrod. I want the good matchup there on the rushing upside. Wally, yeah, the fantasy playoff league's a buy-in. I'm guessing it's gonna be about $100. I would say. I think that's pretty fair. There's only 8 teams, so we can't. If we do $50 for 8 teams, you're getting nothing. So $100 at least gives us $800 in the pot.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, are we doing 2? Maybe you do one at 50, one at 100 in case people can't afford 100. Not everybody can.
Yeah, I get it. I'll do whatever people want. For me, it's just like I don't like playing fantasy leagues under $250, but I'm also a fucking degenerate.
This is a different situation. This is more for fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I know. We'll do 100 and 150.
Put a poll up in the Discord. See what people want to do.
Yeah. I gotta get enough people too because right now we have like 5 or 6.
Okay. Well, we definitely need a couple more.
But I also have Ray. Like we could fill it in with Ray and Chaz and whoever else wants to play. But I'm gonna give the people that are in the Patreon the priority. And then the host comes second. Now, me and you are gonna manage our team, and then Ray and Chaz and those guys get they come in for the scraps. Mbuka or McConkey, he spelled it wrong. And how do you pronounce this again? It's
and you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue.
He sounds like a toddler.
It's so great. Yeah. I want McConkey over Egbegbue.
So do I. Even if Baker plays, I want McConkey over Egbegbue.
We just got to start calling him that. He should change his name legally. Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, Ocho Cinco did it. Like, he just changed it to a Big Boo.
That guy was something else.
Yes, he was. Bandit, what's the chances that Josh Jacobs plays Thursday? Well, what do you
put high? I think he was pushing to play this past week. The Packers might be a little more cautious based on the way that Emmanuel Wilson played, but I think he really wants to get back into this game. So I would put it at like an 85% that he plays.
I'm going to say 60%, and I'm not just saying that because I have Emmanuel Wilson in 10 leagues.
Okay.
That's with my heart. I'm saying that. Okay. I don't know. I have Jacobs in like 3 spots, but like, here's the thing: as a Josh Jacobs owner, my most important league, $500 league, I do not have Emmanuel Wilson, and I have Josh Jacobs. I have Breece Hall and I have Javonte Williams, so I'm covered at running back. I don't want him coming back too early and then being, neutered the rest of the year on his touches. I want him to get healthy, and I want Josh Jacobs of old, 24 touches, baby.
The question is not what you want. The question is what the Packers are going to do. And that's where I think that he's coming back because the dude wants to play. The dude's a warrior.
Well, let's just say this. Okay, so he says, I'm going to say 75%. How about that? So 75%. Jesus, you all right there? Yeah. Get a full body shot of Storey. I got a question for you. So if he comes back, what do you expect the snap share to be between Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson? Because Emmanuel Wilson has shown that he is more than capable. So is it going to be a 60-40? Jacobs 60?
No, 70-30.
Really?
Yeah. It's still Jacobs' backfield, man. Like, we've seen this where a running back, a backup comes in and says, hey, good job. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, thank you for your service, and we're moving back to Josh Jacobs. I get that. Wally, with the Rams run D. Sorry, go ahead. Do you have any last thoughts?
Well, the dog's pawing at the door. I got to take her out real quick.
Okay, I will continue on. With the Rams run D being so good, would you consider sitting Rico this upcoming week? Oh man, I don't know. It depends who you have, bro. Because like Rico is still a top 24 back. So unless you have Javonte Williams and like Josh Jacobs, like I just said, like something like that, then you could if you have a better receiver in the flex. But he does still catch passes. I think that they're going to go back and look at the tape and kind of review why they fucking lost this game and maybe give Rico Dowdle the ball because it works. It works. So hopefully that's the case. Again, Dave Canales, these coaches, I'm glad I bring this up now. Storey, we go on a whole rant about how he hates the coaches. You have to give the ball to Rico. He's going to be back in there. So is a Big Boo having one game over 10 points in the last 6 games an issue? Yes, Hardy. It's a very big issue. He doesn't necessarily look great. I think he's back from that hamstring injury he had, but he just doesn't look athletically like he did early in the year. He's overmatched playing X receiver, and that's what he's going to be playing the rest of the year. So I'm just worried about Ibuka, his role, and now without Baker. I was a little worried about it before Baker got hurt. Now Baker's hurt. He's still a must start because his target share is elite. He is a good player, but I don't know. Hopefully Chris Godwin can get a little healthier and take some pressure off of him. But like Kate Otten and Tez Johnson, those guys just aren't really giving him enough room to operate. The two quarterbacks I could pick between is Davis Mills or Max Brosner. Which one do you recommend for a backup until Baker is back? Probably Max Brosner because Davis Mills is a shorter term rental. I think Max Brosner would have the job and probably keep the job. I like Davis Mills. If I had a 1 week start, I trust in Davis Mills. We've seen it. I don't know Max Brosner. We haven't seen him play. He is a late round pick. I don't even know what round he was picked in. 6th or 7th, maybe. Maybe he's an undrafted free agent. Storey probably knows. But I prefer Davis Mills in the short term. But if you need a long term, if it's Baker's out 2 to 3 weeks, give me Max Brosner to just kind of like get you through. If that's all you have in a super flex, it's Max Brosner. Will the legendary Chaz be on tomorrow? No, Chaz is Wednesday night. Tomorrow, I actually have a surprise for everyone. My original co-host, the guy I started the show with, that's where the R2 is on here, Rob Squared. My buddy Rob Kappa is coming on the show, coming over here in person. We're going to do a stream next to each other. That's going to be very fun. So look forward to that one. He hasn't been on. He was on in the offseason. He comes on every once in a while, but he's going to come on. And then Chaz will be on Wednesday, I believe. Jason, send me the link. I'll pay $100 for my fantasy year's already done. Yeah, I have to make the league, Jason, the fantasy playoff league. I will be doing that in the next couple of weeks, and you're already in. You're a professional fanatic, so you get priority on those leagues. And like I said, if we get enough people, you have to be a Patreon member to get in these professional fanatics leagues. But if we get enough people, we'll do 2 leagues. I'll do 3 leagues if we have to. As many as people want to do, we will do. And while we're on the topic, while Storey is away, here's Helen Hunt. Gross. And then shout out to the Patreon members. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are killing it. Appreciate all your support. You're awesome. A lot of perks, guys. The fantasy leagues are one of them. Free merchandise. Be a guest on the show. I think Jason might be coming on the show on Friday. I believe Mark is coming on the show on Saturday. So we'll have a little guest host weekend, which is always exciting for me. Yeah, you keep saying Carter is the pass catching running back in Arizona, but Bam had more targets and receptions last game. It's also a pass first offense, and they are all pass catchers. Yeah, Benson was. That's why I stick to is that Benson was the third down back for James Conner, so he is clearly capable. They view him more as an early down back though, so he can do it all. I am not worried. Story's much more worried about Michael Carter than I am. I'm more worried about how he comes back after the injury. So I think they're going to give him almost as much as he can handle. I think he's a 70% snap share player a week or two after he comes back. So let's just hope for all of us that are rostering Trey Benson. Let's just hope that he comes back this week. So he comes back week 13. You can see him week 13. Week 14, you can see it again. And by 15, 16, 17, he's full go. That's what we want from Trey Benson to feel comfortable starting him because his schedule is easy. It's really nice. Oh, Jonathan, that message is from Storey. Yeah, I got you. He is out right now. I'll get back to it when he comes back. John, this is, I feel like me and Storey just back together for hours straight. Yeah, he really has a thing. Here we go. You're gonna love this. So what are your thoughts? Just read this question here and let me know what you think about Carter, Bam, and Trey Benson.
Yeah, well, Bam's hurt, so it makes sense that they would move him down the depth chart. And then Michael Carter, I get that that Bam Knight he had more targets, more catches, but Michael Carter is the guy that they slotted in that pass catching role 3 weeks ago. So I'm not really that worried about. I guess worried isn't the right word, but I'm firmly in the camp that Michael Carter is going to maintain that path. This is not a team that's going to rely on any one back. It doesn't look like, and they even with Trey Benson, I think they're going to slow play him back coming back. It's going to be a rough go first couple of weeks. He's probably going to end up with like a 65% rush share, but like they're not going to put like they still got DeMarcado there. They still got Bam Knight, Michael Carter. Like those guys are all hanging around, and
they all suck.
Yeah, but so does Trey Benson, to be honest.
Dude, don't besmirch Trey Benson on the show. I won't hear of it. Okay. Jonathan says, I feel like me and Storey can just bash coaches together for an hour straight. And then along that topic here, Wally says, Storey, since you hate coaches, who are some of your favorite coaches in the NFL all time? And he's just going to list you like and it didn't have Bill Belichick on there.
I'm done
Bill Belichick's bad.
every week goes by at North Carolina, he moves another slot down the list because he's proven that was Tom Brady more so than it was anything else. Let me pull up the list that I sent you the other night. People are gonna love this. Where is it?
There's like 6 names on it, bro.
I can't even remember who was on there, but it was like Bill Parcells was on there, I think.
Yeah, and because you think Sean McVay is a bad coach.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's an overrated coach. I think he's fine, but I think he's highly overrated. Like he's better this year, but dude, like the 3 years prior to this, like the Rams were just languishing in mediocrity, and it was like no motion, very little in terms of like slot movement. Play action was way down. He got comfortable, and bad coaches get complacent.
While you look that up real quick, I have a little announcement to make. I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby. Look at my belly. No, I'm kidding. No, my bar's closing, bro. Eddie's I've been going to for like 16 years, dude.
Kidding.
Yeah, I haven't been in there in a while. Because I'm on the stream every fucking night. But so anyway, we need three more to get a chug, and I want to show the video because that was filmed in Eddie's just because it's nostalgic for me. And yeah, I can't take my shirt off in the bar anymore.
Here you go.
No more.
I can't believe they're closing. Did they say why?
Oh, it's just doesn't make any money. The new owner took over. It just doesn't make any money. There's 3 other bars in town. It's so small. I love it, but
that sucks.
You want to buy it with me?
Yeah, sure. I want to buy a bar. Like I need another hole in the head. I want to manage a bar.
What's your list, Storey?
All right. Bill Parcells, Don Shula, Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry, Joe Gibbs. Boom.
Okay, the 5 of the best coaches of all time. Those are the good coaches. Yeah.
You asked me who are my favorite coaches. I'm going to choose the guys that like are smart coaches and have winning records.
Mark Trestman. Wally, after the NFL season's over, how long do you wait until you start doing mock drafts for next season? I don't do mock drafts. I do about 400 to 500 best ball leagues, all paid. I do a lot of $2 ones. Usually I throw in about $1,000 in best ball, and those are my mock drafts, if that makes sense. I do it all. I started in about May. Once the NFL draft's over, I do pretty much May till September. Once like actual redraft season starts, so May to like mid July, I guess I'd say I do it. Anyways, that's my mock draft. So I'll be streaming all of those, Wally, on the show. Also, y'all don't have to worry. I know the Patreon subscribers, like, this is not like other shows. We don't stop the content just because football is over. We'll be doing at least one football show, me and Storey, little football time machine, also do all the news and notes because, NFL never stops giving us storylines and player movement, stuff like that. And then we'll do one of those. We're doing movies, TV, some random shows with me and Ray, even Storey, all the guests. You're going to get at least 4 or 5 shows, the minimum 3 or 4 shows a week in these dead months for NFL. And then you have the NFL draft. We'll be doing almost every single day on that for a month. So all April will be NFL draft. And Blake's going to come on, Storey, a bunch of times with us because he's a huge college football fan. So
cool.
And then I can just host. Now I start doing my research in about February for the NFL draft. So I'm not going to know as much as you guys because you guys also put the research in for the NFL draft, but you also watch these guys playing, for years. So I'm not claiming to know that.
To study the science of what you need.
Well, remember when I had Quentin Johnson as my my wide receiver 8 that class? Eat it, Storey.
Mr. Goose Egg.
Quentin Johnson. It. You had him a quarterback, wide receiver 1. Eat it.
Yeah. Well, he's back to being a dud.
Yeah. I'm just whatever. Hardy says I'm a Saints fan, and the 1 year I don't draft Olave. Yeah, this was the best year to draft Olave because his price had never been cheaper. He was always remember that year he was like almost a first-round pick.
This is why we loved him. We were like, listen, where he's going, if he gets another concussion, that's probably it for the season. But where he's going, you can afford to take that risk. That was our whole thing.
Yeah, and it was that the price was because of the concussion, honestly, and some of the he didn't play great last year before he got the concussion.
Right.
But I didn't care because it was a 6th or 7th round pick. Who cares?
Exactly.
Now, I think that I think we were building in more upside because remember I said he was going to have 100 catches. And we were building in more upside than most. So I think most people were the concussions and they thought he was a floor play. We saw the upside.
Yeah, the upside there is it should be better. They just need a better quarterback.
Jason, the offseason is fun. Those are actually our most fun shows. Would you agree that like the movie stuff and just our random shows are actually more fun than these because we also do a lot of prep for them and it's a different format. It's just kind of a breath of fresh air because we talk so much fucking football.
I mean, I love the movie podcast more so than anything else, especially because, I'll watch the Shawshank Redemption every time it's on TV, but I rarely watch it front to back all the way through. Get a chance to revisit those movies from a different lens. It's really exciting. And talk about them. Like, rather than just shooting the shit at the bar, actually.
Essentially, that's what it is. It's like organized. It's like an organized bar conversation is, I guess, how I like to phrase it, because you got to have some type of semblance of organization on these things, but
it's structured, right? Like, it's not just, how did you feel about this? How did you feel about that? There's actually something to it. So actually, like, you should see in, like, what do people want to hear about when we talk about movies? You got I'm
going to start voting. I'm going to start getting people voting on all this shit. Different movies. I'll give them 3 options. We can't just do like, Casablanca or something, because I don't know that fucking movie, but I'll also watch a movie. Like, if I've seen it a couple times, I'll watch it 3 or 4 times to have the knowledge and the info for the people. But if I haven't seen a movie, I'm just not going to do it, just because, like, I'm not going to know it enough watching it twice. Like, the movies we do, Starship Troopers, for instance, we had seen 15 times. Demolition Man, we got to hit this year too.
Demolition Man, we got to hit. If people want a recommendation for like a new movie that came out last year, it's a mind trip. It's called Strange Darling. And it's got the dude that played the cop in the first Smile movie. I can't remember his name, Joel something or other, I think. And anyway, go look it up. It's trippy. It's good. It's really good.
Matt is saving up money for MLB fantasy, already getting ready otherwise to do the league. Well, you could win the league though, Matt, and then you'd have more money for MLB. Wally says I was saying Kappa's coming on the show tomorrow, Story.
Yeah.
Kappa's coming on the stream. Wally says, is this the guy who got mad about the popsicle story? No, I don't talk to him anymore. And anyone that would choose a girl that he ended up only being with for 3 months over me because I said a story about deep throating a popsicle on a golf course is not a friend of mine. That's on him, buddy.
Deep throating a popsicle.
I didn't tell you that story?
No.
Oh, I'm not going to tell it again on the stream, but I'll tell you off camera. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Y'all think JD5 and Terry come back the fantasy playoffs? Terry McLaurin more so than Jaden Daniels.
Dude,
there's some good reports on Terry.
You saw the news today, right? Like, oh man.
Yeah. We need him.
That was my worst pick in fantasy this year was Terry McLaurin. It was at least I think I got 1 usable week out of him this year.
Yeah. Here's the question though. Now we don't think JD5's coming back. At least I don't think he. I mean, we know he shouldn't come back. But here's the question for you: with Terry McLaurin coming back, and Debo getting a week of rest in the bye, and Ertz, their old dinosaur bodies getting healthier, would this make Mariota a pretty interesting stream now that he actually has Terry McLaurin back?
100%. Yeah, Mariota's got the rushing juice, but I think I'm more bullish on JD5 coming back than you are. I think that's like if Burrow's coming back this year, why wouldn't the Commanders just bring him back?
Yeah, well, because I mean they're so dumb. And Wally says, I remember Story downplaying Tom Brady's rings, only 7.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Gibbs was shut down week 1 against the Packers. Will he bounce back Thursday? Yeah, he was shut down, but I do recall, didn't he have 10 catches in that game? That week 1 game?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
It was like, it was like 10 catches for 31 yards. Like, look that up.
Yeah.
My memory is.
Yeah. We were all like, how's that even physically possible?
It was like 10 for 31.
Yeah, 10 is exactly 10 for 31. How about that?
Story. I've had 10 beers. Story.
10 beers
my
is
brain.
pretty good. How 10 beers for 31 times going to the bathroom?
No, I'm like a camel, bro.
That's great.
I store it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't even think it's a bounce back considering what Gibbs did yesterday. That the roles have changed there. Montgomery is strictly a handcuff now.
Yeah. I saw 70. He's had 74% the last 2 weeks. Gibbs snap share.
Dude, that's a workhorse back.
That's wild. All right, so we're caught up to. Want me to tell you the popsicle story real quick?
Yeah, might as well.
So it's pretty good. So my buddy, I met him in high school, pretty close friends with, and he was trying to get a girlfriend. This was like when the start of like online dating happened, and I was like at the forefront of online dating. So I'm like, dude, just sign up for this. He's like, I don't know how to do it. I don't want to do it. I talked to him into it. I set up his profile and everything. He met this girl, and it was like because of me essentially that he met her because he would never been on there. And they went on a couple dates, and like he's like, dude, like she is so grateful that you talked me into doing this. If it wasn't for you, I would never met her. He's like, I love this girl, whatever. I was like, cool. And like we plan on golfing the next week, and he's like, can I bring her? She wants to meet you. I'm like, that's fine, man. So it was just me and him and her. And there's foursomes in front of us, so it was a slow round. I just get pretty drunk because it was just boring. It was him and talking to his girl, who was pretty bland, by the way. And we're on the 10th hole. It took 2 hours and 20 minutes in the front 9. So slow 9. I'm just drunk and just talking like I talk, I'm not disrespectful, but I say some things I shouldn't. Story. And I was dating the girl at the time I was dating was 38. I was a young man dating a MILF, right? And
I remember that chick. Didn't you bring her to Employee Appreciation Day one year?
Yeah, Cindy. I did it for 3 years. And she couldn't deep throat, man. So I was trying to teach her, and not teach her, but I was like, I can do it. So I had a popsicle. This is a real life story. And I showed her I could deep throat a popsicle. So I was telling this story to my buddy Aaron and his girlfriend on the 10th tee, and she got like so offended, bro. Like she's like in whatever, like she didn't act like she was offended at the time, but like the next day he calls me. He's like, dude, like I think her name was Alyssa. He's like, dude, you got to apologize. Like she hates you. Like, why would you say that? I was like, say what? First of all, what did I say? He's like, dude, the popsicle story. It was like it's like the name of a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. I'm like, what the popsicle deep throwing thing? And he's like, dude, she demands an apology. I'm like, fuck, what am I apologizing for? Like, I'm sorry if that was offensive, but like it was actually a real story that I told my actual girlfriend. So if I actually told her and showed my actual girlfriend, I'm not apologizing to yours. So whatever, he pretty much said like, screw you, I can't talk to you until like I'm done with this girl. And they dated for 3 months. They broke up. He called me. I was like, sorry, bro. Like, that's weak.
Did they break up? Not because of the story, right? Like,
no, they lasted 3 months later, but he essentially chose this girl he had known for 3 weeks over me because I said a popsicle story.
Okay.
Pretty lame. So it's not like I hate the guy, but he ended up moving to Ohio. But like that you show your true colors there, man. Like you don't have to choose. The point is you don't have to choose. I just don't have to see her. You can hang out with me too.
People do stupid stuff when they think they're in love.
Do you think that was an offensive story though?
No, not really, but I don't get offended very easily. So
and here's my point, Story. It was on a golf course. Like, don't bring her to. You also know who I am, and like golf course is like guy talk.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there.
Story.
100%. Like, if you want to be on the golf course, you got to be prepared to hear some golf course talk.
Wally says, with the season JSN is having, is he a first round pick next year?
Oh,
he might be the number 1 overall pick, bro.
Like, this is the season. This is why Jamar Chase was going where he was going last year. He might be 2,000 yards. Like, it's crazy to think about, but 2,000 yards receiving is on the horizon.
Now, if he goes number 1 next year and like they draft, let's say they wouldn't even draft someone early because they have Torrey Horton and they have Shaheed. So everything stays status quo. I'm not drafting him number 1 next year. Are you?
I would. Nah, I don't know, man. How can you say no when based on what he's been doing this year? He's completely leveled up. Sam Darnold's playing extraordinarily well. Mike McDonald looks like a halfway competent head coach. I guess you can go back
to a lot coming from you, man.
I guess you can go back to Jamar Chase or roll the dice with Jonathan Taylor again. I just don't think the Jonathan Taylor situation is going to be as good as it was this year. Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know. I got a rough time. I don't know.
I guess we got to see how everything shakes out. But I'm just saying, like, Jamar Chase, if Joe Burrow's healthy, I'm taking him over JSN.
Yeah.
Things like that. You know what I mean? Bijan Robinson, if Algier goes somewhere, things like that. Dak or Stafford this week, it would be, you got to start Stafford, right? Every week.
Don't you have to start Dak until he proves that he can't do it with Pickens and Lamb? Like,
right. Okay. So it's Dak. I think you're in a good spot either way, I guess is the answer.
I think you are in a good spot either way. And frankly, I'd love to say Stafford, but I cannot see 3 touchdowns plus per game keeping up the rest of the season.
Jason's the most entertaining part of the Discord for sure by a mile. He actually takes the cake on me. I think I'm pretty entertaining. I got to tell more popsicle stories, I think, on there. All right, we're coming up to the questions. We'll make this one kind of a shorty. Any last questions you guys have, get them in, and we will get to those. So is Bucky starting on Sunday? I don't think so.
I think he is.
Yeah? Not startable.
Yeah,
you won't start him in fantasy, though, right?
No, I would have to be hard-pressed to start him in fantasy, which I might be in a league, in a 12-team league with multiple flex spots and deep benches. There might not be. The nice thing is, like, if he's starting, you got every team playing, so you should have options. But with no Baker Mayfield, I just cannot envision them leaning on Bucky Irving to the tune of 85%.
No, they can't. I didn't meet the goal. I'm gonna give this chug anyway because I already have it poured. So why the hell not? We'll do a couple more minutes. Any last questions? Here we go. This is like 3/4 full, but I'll pound it.
That's still still a chug. It's not a don't let that fall in the beer and then chug the AirPod. You'll be fishing out of the toilet.
Ooh. I was actually a couple weeks ago. I was talking to Joe Holokowski on the phone. And I was walking my dog, and I had the earpod in, and they're actually Erica's. And it started pouring, bro. And I was like a quarter mile from my house. So I started running, and it was dark, right? It fell out and went in like the mud. So like I'm sitting there, I didn't have a jacket. I'm sitting there, it's pouring, looking through the mud. It was a mess. That's an awful story. It's better than the popsicle story.
That's terrible. It sucks.
Yeah, it was. I found it though. Thank you, Mark. Mark's probably coming on Saturday. Jason's coming on Friday. Might have Ray join us for both of those shows and just have a little three-way action.
Big week coming up.
Yeah. Kappa's coming on. Actually, I think Nick O might be coming on this weekend as well.
Nick O is a name
making the
we have not
return.
talked about much this year since he took a step back because he's got kids and whatnot.
No, it's because he took a little break from. He only did one fantasy league. Remember, he only did one fantasy league. He's not gambling. He took a year off essentially.
Yeah, that's
he still does his league, the league we're in, but that's the one he's commissioned forever. Real quick from Wally, what's your all's least favorite division in football?
AFC South, probably. Like I hate.
It's pretty bad.
I hate the Jaguars.
Jonathan, no, it's just the pro tier and above. The $10 a month tier and above gets you in the fantasy leagues. So I think you might be in there, or I don't know if you are. I think you're in the $5 tier. Yeah, $10 tier. You also get other good stuff. You get to vote on show ideas. You have a lot of good things. 22 gets you everything. Also, that might be the Dynasty League we're going to start. I think that might just be for Fanatics. But we had to figure out all this kind of. There's a lot of stuff to get through. I have a lot going on here, Story.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that's is the playoff stuff because the rest of it can all be figured out in January and February and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks. All right, man. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you for donating. Thank you, Story, for being back-to-back nights. Appreciate you, man. Good talk. Good football analysis.
Indeed. We will we'll reconvene later this week, y'all. Good to see y'all in the chat again.
Yeah, we'll still be doing a Thursday Thanksgiving. It'll just be a late show, 11 p.m. ish, something like that. Story, big week coming up. Don't need to be an a-hole. Geez, we are all not as talented as you, brother. What is that regarding?
I don't know. Was I giving off a-hole vibes? I apologize if I was. I didn't mean to.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Jason's just fucking with you.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Thank you, Jason. We love you.
Yeah.
You're definitely in for the fantasy league, the playoff league, Jason. You have priority access. Jonathan, you'll be in as well. We'll talk in the Discord. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Story. You're the man. Big week this week. Thanksgiving. There's a Friday game. Love it.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Eat some food and, your loved ones and all that kind of fun stuff. And then we'll commiserate on Thursday about our fantasy teams.
Love it, man. Love your life. Stay positive. Respect each other's Story. Take care. Thank you, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We are out.